of civilization, Union still seeks to unite the human diaspora. But now, an edict, long since forgotten, can be heard again, scream from beyond the stars. Will humanity hear? Will we understand? For now, only one thing is certain. Our Lancers will respond when the Starcriers fly.
Hello and welcome to RPGs Uncovered for another episode of the Starcrier Conflict. We are back for episode 4 and I am very excited because, well, our players have chosen after two long and quite dangerous encounters, breaching the defense facility and flying down past anti-aircraft batteries, that they're going to continue headlong into this pirate-held mining facility that you see in front of us. But more on that later when we jump in. I got some fun toys to play with, and I'm excited to see where they go. As always, I'm going to try to keep this relatively simple and quick so we can jump right in. I don't think I have any major announcements other than the normal ones, and that is the one I always like to start off with first, which is the Mayhem meter. If you are here on Twitch watching us live, hello folks, thank you for joining us. You can go to the About tab and scroll down just a little bit, and there's a nice black and yellow Mayhem meter sign right there that you can click on. That will take you to the donation page for the cast in particular. This is the collection specifically set aside to give back to these amazing, talented, dedicated folks you see on screen with me. And I am so honored. It's such a pleasure to be working with all of them. I want to be able to give back as much as I can. So I like to point out the Mayhem meter first. If you would like to support the channel, if you would like to support them, that is the best way to do so, that I can give back to their amazing talent. If you would like to support the channel specifically and help with the production value and ongoing costs of getting new games in, getting new performers in, excuse me, and bringing in new talent like artists and musicians and editors and just things to help make my life a little bit easier, you can support the channel by going over to our Ko-Fi page, which is also linked down below. And you'll be getting some really cool stuff for your support, like after shows, like character dossiers, still working on getting playlists up, and whatever little goodies and behind the scenes special stuff that I can give you for that support. And I will of course be tweeting that out and talking about it on Discord when they drop. But specifically, I do want to make sure that we cut this session a little closer to our normal time instead of going long again, so that we can have another after show talk about these combats that we've been having, because I'd like to get some insight on what's been going through the characters' heads. Anyway, yes, Mayhem meter to help support the cast, Ko-Fi to help support the channel. Anything is super appreciated, especially right now. But just going out and telling people that you like the show, hitting all the different buttons with the likes and the subscribes and the retweets and all the other things to let our unfortunate AI overlords know that you're looking at our stuff. Because then they tell me and I make more stuff, and it's a whole spiral. But it's a fun spiral. We have fun with it. All right, I think that's all we got. Let's go say hello to our players. We are down one Drake Lionheart today, who usually plays Starblood. He's off commanding the secondary support team, flying around making sure that these guys don't get more overwhelmed than they already are. So go check out Drake Lionheart, and I'll drop his stuff right here. But let me pass it over to our usual cast, who is here. Say hello, cast.
Hello.
Hello, Jess.
Hello.
All right, I'm Sean.
Starting.
You can find me at Rise. Tonight I am going to be playing August Walker, aka Solitaire, the pilot of Epithet, and possibly the only sane person on this battlefield.
Rude.
Very possibly.
Hey, hi, that would be my turn. My name is Haley, and I am playing Siobhan, the pilot of Buddy and call sign Bite.
Hi, I'm Q. I'm playing Logan Uhura, call sign Desperado. This mech has no name.
Name
Not
it right
yet.
now.
We'll
No.
get to
It needs
that.
a
Take a vote.
name.
We'll take a vote and we'll name it for you.
It'll be so sad
No.
when it dies if it's named.
Character
I mean,
introduction, guys. Focus.
All right.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I use he/him pronouns. I am playing Athlin Mishan, who uses he/him pronouns, and I will be piloting Blade 2. We don't talk about what happened to the first Blade.
It got scrapped.
Oh,
It was
sad
scrap.
It
It's
was
fine.
scrap, yeah, from the very beginning. Yep. All right. Well, yeah, can't have a mech with no name. Well, we will get a name for a mech. We're not even certain Desperado's gonna come back to the station with the mech, the way it is currently. We'll have to see.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right. So, with our announcements out of the way, with our characters introduced. Oh, hey, hello. I'm Jack. If anyone isn't used to watching this channel, hi, I'm Jack. I'm the guy usually in this chair, in this camera, doing the GMing thing. Also, he/him pronouns for the most part. All right. Let us jump into our adventure, and I'll keep the recap fairly simple because last week was pretty much entirely combat. As you get on combat heavy missions in Lancer. But for a quick synopsis of what has been going on, we have been following our newest Lancers, recently graduated from the Lancer Auxiliary Training Program on Far Station 12, a Deep Space Union Navy facility at what is closest to one of the edges of our galaxy that Union has traveled to. Of course, that's more up at an angle than necessarily all the way laterally because space is big. But they are on their first mission as newly graduated Lancers, Lancer Auxiliary Corps, and they have completed a 7-year journey over to Drespol 1, which was identified, 7 years ago, as being attacked by some pirate forces, or specifically a privateer micro corporation, as it is legitimately called. I have just enough papers to make it seem legitimate. Of course, they got to the planet and learned that the attack was a lot bigger than they had initially assumed it was, and that initial reports had said it was. The facility was hit with a larger force and, is defended more than they expected it to be. Though they were not able to perform all that much recon, specifically because, to start us off, as soon as they dropped into the solar system, our hacker here decided to try to muddle around with their defense system. Instead of turning it off, she basically screamed out and waved hello. Putting the entire planet...
Friends.
Yeah,
It's
making
fine.
friends with the pirates, who correctly
That's what ships
decided
get
to rally all of their defenses, with them 3 days out from the planet. So they're a little behind the ball right now, as it were. But we'll deal with the ramifications of that possibly today. Since then, they made things even more difficult for themselves by taking their sensors out and then having to put them back in, and relatively botching the deployment of all the mechs. Got a little overwhelmed by the defense grid before they were able to puncture through and make it down into the atmosphere, and did a quite successful run taking out the anti-aircraft batteries and an electronic warfare facility that was set up in the corridor that they needed to reach this facility here on screen. And that is basically where we are going to pick up today. So, last week, specifically, each of our mechs here, each of our lancers, took a bit of a beating. Everybody is down at least one structure, and they were coming into the facility pretty much on a descent vector, using the momentum of, well, burning into atmosphere as their main propulsion. They have EVA modules on their suit, allowing them to fly in low G, zero G, underwater sort of stuff, but they do not have actual flight modules for sustained aerial maneuverability, let alone hovering or anything like that. So they are rapidly descending at this point, and specifically, Solitaire and Desperado chose to burn backwards to try to stay over top of one of the AA batteries and take it out. Successfully doing so, but it has put them significantly further and below the other two, which are quickly screaming towards the main HQ building here on the Drespel 1 Tantalum mining colony. There is one other thing we need to pick up with before we get to exactly what we are doing today, and that is, well, Solitaire in Epithet has a student-grade NHP, a paracausal, non-human person, and we may get into more about what that means for those of you who don't know, but if you don't know, that's almost intended, because many people do not. NHPs are kind of an enigma. Suffice to say that they are sentient computer programs, kind of AI, but not really.
I know.
Anytime that a mech with an NHP takes structural damage, we need to roll Cascade to see basically if that NHP goes crazy and tries to take over the mech and do whatever it wants. So, Solitaire, I will ask you for the first roll of our game, and a potentially dire one at that. I need you to roll a simple d20.
Got an 11.
An 11. You needed to roll a 1 for a Cascade. Fortunately, 2 1s don't count. All right.
I would be so mad.
Oh yeah, your NHP cascades
there's
twice.
A 1 in there.
Oh, there was a 1 in there. I mean, no. All right. So things played out exactly as they did last time. You were able to keep your student NHP Kitsune under control. Keep them from cascading. Keep their program from getting too paracausal, non-linear nonsense, and continue your flight as much as you can, having burned backwards to stay where you are. And that is where we are going to pick up today for our 4th episode of the Starcrier Conflict. The camera is going to fade in, and we see from a very long, wide angle 2 little specks of mechs quickly moving off towards one side of the camera as these 2 other specks of mechs burn backwards and quickly start descending. That is the scene that we have here, as 2 of our pilots are moving towards the facility, and 2 of them are rapidly losing momentum as they burn back through atmosphere. The camera shakes and zooms in on Solitaire and Desperado in their mechs as they are doing everything they can to push their maneuvering thrusters, this EVA flight pack that they have on their backs, to keep themselves in a trajectory that isn't going to cause them to slam down on the ground too hard. And to remind everyone, Drespel 1 is a dry, rocky planet with a thin atmosphere and a very hot atmosphere, revolving very close to a dwarf red star. And since it's a dwarf red star, quite close, because they're pretty cool as far as stars are concerned. Now, it is nighttime, so you don't see the giant red sun in the sky. But there's still enough illumination to see without much difficulty. And the 2 of you will see the ground rapidly approaching. It is rocky, it is craggy, it is sandy. But for now, you are past any of the immediate dangers of anti-aircraft batteries or electronic warfare suites. You are going to need to land your mechs safely. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You are at least trained. I'm not going to say necessarily experienced, but trained Lancer pilots. You are able to land your mechs safely, though you do know you are quite far away from where the other 2 are planning to assault the Tantalum mining HQ. Do you 2 have any role play, any planning, anything you would like to do in this trek forward?
once they hit the ground, and I have everything stabilized, and I make sure that I'm not broken and busted any more than I thought I was. Definitely, going to open up the communications. Desperado, you good over
Yeah,
there?
I'm good. You good?
I'm good. Ain't nothing more broken than it was up there. So, shit, looks like we got some hoofing to do.
A little bit. Gonna try and reach out to the others. Blacksmith, Bite. You all good?
Rapidly descending at the moment. Should be hitting the ground soon.
Yeah, well, we beat you to the ground, but you're gonna get to the site first.
All right.
All right. Do we still want to do a direct assault still, or do we want to lie back, do some repairs?
How far
We
back are
are.
you?
About how far, Jack, are we from the projected site?
How long would it take them? to
Well,
book
we
it?
are keeping distances wibbly wobbly in Lancer as you do, because with variable hex sizes, it gets weird as far as movement speed and mapping. But suffice to say that you are close enough that you will still be able to engage in whatever operation the other two are performing. You might just be a little bit behind. I'll mechanically say, as I said before, you will basically be entering the if you don't get up to anything else and you spend this time just hoofing it forward, you will get into the combat at the start of the second. Basically, you lose your first turn. Your first turn is moving into combat at the edge of the map. From there, you would then have to actually get into range and engage.
Mm-hmm.
You're not terribly far away.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
so
I lost a bit on Blade 2, but I mean, all things considered, I'm still in pretty good shape. I know you kind of got shot to shit. How you doing?
we're still alive.
How
I've
confident
still
are
got
you?
my gun.
Well, how confident are you about being able to advance is the question. Just because if we lose a mech, this is going to get infinitely harder.
Going in blind with me sort of teetering on the edge doesn't feel great, but we would lose our support team if we decided to hold up and wait.
I feel
We hold up now. They know we're here.
I think they already know that we're here to begin with. Is the problem?
Yeah.
I think things have been kind of foobar since we got here.
I agree.
I mean, our intel was
They
shit
come
to
looking.
begin with.
Yeah, that's what happens when you lose 7 years.
Yeah, no shit. But what do you think? Do we put it down or do we try to soften them up a little bit?
That's actually a good question for Jack. Is there, because I don't know how much is wibbly wobbly with like hacking and my ability to do shit. If I was given time, could I make another attempt to like scramble communication and make this harder for them to get at us and give us an opening to not feel as shitty
Potentially.
moving forward?
Potentially, depending on how you do that. Now, Lancer doesn't get as precise as, say, Shadowrun hacking, so we kind of have to make it up as far as what makes sense narratively.
Okay.
But yes, there's a number of ways that you could do that. I mean, this is a mining facility. I'm sure they have networked computers all about the site, so they probably have something equal to a local internet that you could probably calibrate your equipment to and get on, and then it would of course be a roll or so. But of course, if you could get to a terminal, that would allow you to
Be
get
even
more
better.
information, make it easier, whatever it may be. The game does clearly outline how tech attacks work against other mechs. As far as anything else, it's really just narrative, and the dice will dictate how
Can I make it sound cool enough for you to
Pretty
let
much.
me do it?
Pretty much,
Essentially,
yeah.
amazing.
You have to
Okay.
convince me as the director of this show.
Then I think while this conversation is happening over comms, Jiv is already looking out over what we can see and is already trying to locate where is the most likely place that they would put that kind of hardware. I could go two ways. I could either make a second pass at their communications, or if you get me inside. Weren't the things that were attacking us, they were unmanned, right?
The
Or at least
defense
some of
satellites were unmanned. The V-17 interceptors did have pilots.
them did have pilots. Okay.
I will also direct you, if you go to the journals tab, you can bring up that journal that
Mhm.
will bring up the map. If you guys aren't already there. Actually, for some reason, you're on my my arcology exterior map, which you shouldn't be on yet. Sneaking, peeking.
Sneaky, sneaky.
So I'm gonna get back over here, and you can look at the full layout of the tantalum mining facility. I can bring that back up for everybody else. Now, you don't really have time. Like I said, you are coming in at descent vector speeds. You have a couple minutes to have this conversation, so you can't do all that much planning, and you only have this image that you see on screen now because it is what you saw from the recon you did on your ship. You're not actually over this site. You aren't able to make like a recon pass unless you want to specifically make a recon pass. But that would
cost us time.
Which would cost you time, and you don't know if there's other AA batteries down there or whatnot, because remember, pretty much everything on this map here was obstructed by a bubble of interference, cutting off your sensors. You only have this much information because you were using visual sensors from several light hours out.
Which direction are we coming in from, Jack?
You guys can decide that. Actually, I will leave that up to you.
Okay. I think we should come from the right.
Makes sense to me.
Sure.
Somewhere over this way.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Come in from the right and we come in hot. I think that's the best plan.
there is a map of this exact image in the journal that actually has numbers on them that you can
Labels.
bring up. That actually has this labeled. Here we are. Let's see if I can center that in the screen. Now, you don't know what some of these are, but obviously you can identify the main HQ of this tantalum mining facility, the WAC mining facility, which is, let's see if I remember the names, Wallaka, Ash, and Croxley. Wallaka, Ash, and Croxley tantalum mining.
Do we think the main processing plant is where they have the people that were originally here? Those people are working? You
have no idea. You were not able to see individuals from that far off with just visual sensors. But it looked like the main processing plants over here were at least semi-functional. You know, there are 3 currently active mining pits that could have some workers in there, whether those are privateer workers or they are, pressed into service original colonist workers. But you do know over here on number 6 is a little shanty town, for lack of a better word, that is most likely where at least a good number of the original colonists have been pushed aside.
Okay. Haley had a minor thought of causing a revolt and hoping that helped.
Not a
we
bad
got that
idea
kind of time.
if you have that time. Yeah, if you make that call, but that is something that would take time and a concerted effort. Now, your only time constraint right now is, well, immediately you need to call. I mean, we're kind of above game time right now, but you will need to call very soon whether you want the support teams to keep everyone else at bay, allowing you to push in, or to retreat back into orbit to a safe distance and allow you guys to land and try to do recon and any sort of espionage or instigation or whatever you might want to do. But your support teams cannot indefinitely hold off the defenders. So you will need to make that call. That is your only immediate time concern. The only other time concern you have is that the actual Union Navy reinforcements will be here sometime in the next 4 months. That's about it.
Yikes.
So here's the thing: any kind of repairs that's going to be meaningful is going to take us at least an hour. I ain't seeing shit for cover. I ain't seeing any place to lay low. Place is open.
You would probably want to land outside of this map, I would say. You would
presumably.
Yeah, like on the other side of either of these three mining pits. Now it is rocky terrain. There are a few, little mountains and hillocks and whatnot. But I mean, there's a few patches of sort of like scrubland forest, but nothing necessarily like thick with foliage. And you did see bodies of water in orbit. There's one, quite a ways away, but that would take time to get to. So yeah, there's places where you could touch down safely and potentially obscure yourself. Now, the reason that you did make this approach, this circuitous and low atmosphere approach, was again to stay below the global sensor grid, but above the targeting sensors of their specific batteries, and you were able to take out not only your corridor with the AA battery, the AA battery and the electronic warfare system, but you know that all of the support teams have been harrying other complexes, so they don't know where you are right now. There's a number of locations that they know they could be hit from, because you're not the only team. There are other teams doing basically what you've been doing at other sites. So you could come in this way, you could come in that way, you could come in over here. They just know they're being attacked from all sides. So they don't really know where you guys as the primary assault team are, or which direction you're going to come in at. All of this, again, is not to dissuade you from your just going at it plan.
Is there a way for us to come in from two sides?
Maneuver?
You could split up. I mean, you kind of already are to a minor degree. I'm all for splitting the party.
Because what's the primary goal here? It's to destroy something.
Your primary mission is to eliminate or apprehend the leadership of this operation, which you later found out, or recently found out after your 7-year/8-month slumber, is a detachment of the newly formed Hawkwood Company, a new mercenary group. This particular operation under the command of Commodore Newton Riley. So your main objective is to get him. Capture him if you can, kill him if you must, and get whatever leadership under control. Basically, secure HQ of this facility. Anyone else, once you have this place under control, it's unlikely that a new mercenary group of this reputation would be able to mount an effective counterattack. Yeah. Secondary objective is, of course, save the civilians.
Releasing everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do also know, this wasn't necessarily in the briefing, but this is common knowledge, almost everything nowadays is powered by microfusion reactors. There is a fusion reactor somewhere in this facility. What am I fumbling over here? Like, final option. Just blow the place to hell if you have to. Of course, that's real low on the list, because even if you can't save the civilians, they still would kind of, the Union would still kind of like the tantalum here. They can bring in more people to mine it, unless you blow it up and irradiate it. But, worst comes to worst, there is a nuclear fusion reactor here.
There's a nuclear option. Good to know. Okay. I say, honestly, a pincher maneuver on the arcology complex, because that seems like a place leadership would be hanging out. If we just go in hot and heavy.
Yeah. I feel like speed is of the essence. I mean, the longer that our support teams can hold those people back, Desperado, I know that your mech's looking a little rough right now. You think you can hold out just a bit longer?
Yeah, I've held worse.
Fair enough. All right, team. Let's smash this fucker up.
Woo.
Starblood to the assault team. Are you still a go for this operation?
Yeah, we're still going, Starblood.
Have fun, Silver Spoon.
Right, I'll keep them off your backs. Try not to mess this up.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, so
One of
you
these
are burning
one of these
in.
days, you think I'll get tired of that? It's not gonna be anytime soon, though.
Yeah, no, definitely not anytime soon.
I will keep
You
my
really
own.
do say it with so much emotion every time. It's really impressive.
Yeah, well, he makes his shit
10
personal.
years.
We're on our way. We'll meet you when you touch down. Be there
Alright.
as soon as we can.
Bite, I vote you and I go far side. Let's try to drop in over there. Let's wreak some havoc.
Hell yeah.
All right, interesting.
Watch out
So-
for that shanty town. Try to avoid that if you can, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Try to protect the civilians best we can.
All right, so it sounds like Blacksmith and Bite, you would like to fly by, turn around, and approach from. We'll just call up
Yeah.
north, so approach from the west.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you
Mhm.
want to take time and go around, or do you want to fly directly over the facility and then U-turn?
I mean, personally, I'm in favor of just going directly over.
No, we're going around.
Going around, all right. We'll go around.
Okay. That will actually
Thank you.
give, since you are purposely splitting up and the people ahead are moving around to get to the other side anyway, you will actually be able to coordinate yourselves. So
Perfect.
what I said before about you two showing up at the, missing your first turn, forget about that because you're being smart.
Thank you so much.
Ah,
Gold star.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, we gotta
Mike's
start
being
sometime.
smart. I'm not.
I was kind of hoping.
Yeah, Bite sees Blacksmith start to just go for it and goes, absolutely the fuck not. No.
Mm-mm.
Nuh-uh. We're gonna be smart about how we're being dumb.
well then, let's bring us over
Smart
To
about how we're
our-
being dumb.
to our third battle map of this operation.
I'm excited.
Unfortunately, this makes things a little difficult because for some reason I can't zoom out any more of this map and I can't cover both sides on the overlay. So we're gonna have to wiggle back and forth. So I'll kind of center it right here, at least for now. We need Blacksmith in Blade 2. Making his
Whee!
way over there. There you go.
Just the
Thank you,
flood,
Boundary.
the steady going was amazing.
And Bite over here.
Yay!
Only making their way over there.
There we
So
go.
silly
I
looking.
wonder if there's a module I can install to make that a little faster or something I can
Make it a
do.
little zippier.
Yeah.
Well, the
all
good news is that we're normally not moving that fast or
Right.
having to move that far. It's normally, 4,
just
maybe
moving
5 at a
assets
time.
in. Yeah. All right.
Just out of curiosity, would I have had any time to vent the heat and reload my missile rack or not?
Yes, you will all have had the time to take the stabilize action. I
Stabilize.
believe. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
have
you
all
can
had
you
at
can
least that.
stabilize, clear your heat, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Now there is a quick repair option, I believe, but even that takes
Yeah, you need an hour of downtime to be able to
okay.
make that work.
Yeah, that's So you can do it, and that's how you can recover structure that way. You can still stabilize, which is just an action. Stabilize. Where are you at?
Yeah, on my many cheat sheets.
You choose one of the following: cool your mech, clearing all heat and exposed, or Mark 1 repaired, restore all HP. Additionally, you can reload any loading weapons, clear any burn, clear a condition, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wouldn't get you any structure back, but it would bring that health bar back up to full and clear burn. All the normal stabilized stuff.
Yeah, if you had any heat or anything like that.
Yeah, I was in the danger zone there.
And
I'm absolutely vibing right now.
and each of you should have at least a few repairs. Yeah, see, Desperado has 5, and you do get those back on a long rest. Some things take more than 1 repair, however.
Okay.
Luckily with the Everest, though, I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio for repairing structure
hmm
when we have the downtime.
hmm At least for the
Just
normal
because-
Everest. I don't know if the variants lose that.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
All GMS
Sweet.
variants do.
Excellent.
Because we bring parts in bulk.
Yep.
That's their whole thing, is they're
Oh,
generic.
All right. Is anyone taking that option?
I don't
Nope,
need
I'm
it.
good.
Cool.
Just needed to reload and vent the heat.
All right. Easily enough. Let us then drop into our battle. So, you can see there are 2 white boxes here. You can place yourselves in at any point in each of these. So we have Desperado and Solitaire. Desperado and Solitaire over here. And we have Bite and Blacksmith over here. I will be zooming in this map as much as I can once we focus on a particular team.
Okay. So
And,
these are all vehicles over by the 2 of us, correct?
Yeah, over by you, these are vehicles. So you could land inside this this sort of parking lot, or you could actually, I should probably be a little bit smaller compared to how big you guys are. Though actually, as what size 1 mechs, you guys aren't huge.
Right.
Yeah. So these ones down here are diggers. You can see they have big drills in the front of them. These yellow ones are basically the transport trucks, so it makes sense that they're quite big. They transport materials to and fro. And then there's 2 other kind of like worker mechs here, actually, that are bigger than your mechs. Now they're not combat mechs. They're they're there to work. They have drills and jackhammers and forklifts. They're an upscaled version of the thing Ripley used to beat up the Alien Queen.
Amazing.
Whoa.
Basically,
loader.
Hell yeah.
Loaderbot. So, figure out where you guys are going to deploy.
I'm gonna hide.
Yeah. All right.
I got really excited to find cover. I was like, oh, good. I'm just gonna sit right here. This is good.
Now, you can see, this is another fairly large map. Not as large as in Orbit, but another fairly large map. The central compound is probably about 600-700 feet in diameter, and then surrounded by this courtyard you see here, which I think I measured out somewhere in total around 2.5-3 times that. So it's a big area. There is a wall around it that goes up several stories, large enough to hide almost anything behind there. The walls are probably 30 feet tall or so. You can see that there are turrets on each of these corners, if you did not see them already. There are doors over here, up here, and over on this side, coming in from these paths. Other than that, that is all the recon you have. You obviously have the worker vehicles over here, and on the other side you have the very edge of the processing center. And I will say, coming and landing, pretty much right in between these processing centers, you are drawing attention. There are also watchtowers, guard towers right here that you did know about. You're not entirely sure if they have, anti-armor capabilities. They're probably just set up to keep an eye on the workforce, but you don't know because you didn't do any recon. So it looks like everybody is set. Let's jump into combat then, which I thought I had everybody in combat tracker, but maybe it turned off when I got out of here. So let me add everybody. Who would like to start us off?
I certainly can. If nobody else wants
Sure.
to.
Go for it.
Go for it.
All right, cool. This I'm gonna target this turret down here, and I'm gonna try to do some invade on it. And see if I can't cook its circuitry.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna. Are we back to not letting me make? Oh, there we go. I'm rolling like dog water.
All right, that is unfortunately a miss. Let me zoom that in here for our viewers. So we see Epithet running in your sort of dark blue mech, charging in past these two processing facilities. And you can see, now that you are much closer, all of you can see that this facility has definitely taken some damage. Now, they've had 7 years to tidy the place up, but you can see that there are definite places where it was destroyed and rebuilt, and even in some places where it hasn't been completely rebuilt yet. You can see that the ground, again, 7 years of natural erosion is mostly smooth again, but you can see where there are slight divots where 7 years ago this place might have been shelled. You can see the same damage on the wall. There are clear sections of the wall that have been repaired. You can see just barely at what you can get from the top of the arcology that there are parts of the arcology that have been destroyed and since repaired. But you are charging in past these two main processing centers. You can see sparks coming from different pieces of equipment. You can smell that acrid metallic tinge to the air, even coming in through your mech, since you are not currently relying on keeping yourself entirely environmentally isolated. And you can see there are a number of people working in these places. You don't, however, have time to really stop and assess the situation all that much. But you saw people, they saw you, and you are charging forward. You make your way over into this corner down here, using, once again, this quite active facility with people in it as a sort of cover. And you try to target this turret here, and unfortunately it doesn't work. It seems they have had plenty of time to fortify their defenses, both physically and digitally.
Well, we're gonna try it again.
All right, hit him again.
There we go. That's a little better.
That's better. So what are you doing with this tech attack?
We're gonna hit him with the system crusher. 4 heat.
4 heat. Ooh. All right, so you connect to the software in this turret, and basically tell it to just start revving up its firing mechanism, and actually probably calls it to move up and just shoot around and start firing. You are causing this thing to overheat and probably waste ammunition at the same time, just throwing lead in every direction but you. All right, anything else from you?
No, that's all I'm gonna do this turn.
All right, I will take you out of the initiative, and now we have my turn. As in Lancer, every time a PC acts, I get to do something. Now, what are we looking at as far as ranges here? I don't think you are necessarily in range. Nah. Alright. Nice positioning. Nice positioning. Who else do we have up here? Nope. Anyone over here I can attack? I don't believe so. I think currently you guys are quite well isolated.
Guys,
from
we did
immediate
good.
danger.
We did another gold star.
Yeah.
We're doing
Yeah.
so good today.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, that requires within range. So I don't think that there is really anything to be done, but I will. Can I not move the? Ah, I see. Gotta remember the correct tool. We'll just do this. Alright, you guys, you don't notice anything immediately happening. You can see all 4 of these turrets are swiveling, trying to find something that they can target. Not entirely sure if they are manned or automated at this point. Who would like to go next?
Actually, I do get to automatically scan them when I
Excellent.
make a tech attack.
Alright. So,
I
what
was-
does that entail? That gets you some good information, right?
It does. So let me pull up the actual description. Maybe. Someplace in this. Scan. When you scan. One of the following pieces of information. Let's go with generic or public information that can be pulled from an info bank or record, such as the model number, blah blah blah. So basically, what is it?
Okay. This is actually, it is a manned turret facility. It is produced, it is an old Harrison Armory technology, though it does look like it has been modified. But the, at least base programming has Harrison Armory foundation. Let's see. It specifically does not get you its statistics.
Right.
Okay.
No, that would be a separate thing.
Yeah, general or public information. Yeah, it's old Harrison Armory technology. It utilizes twin light machine guns, basically. Large, but still light machine guns.
Pew pew.
And generally focuses on mostly area of denial, doing, just throwing lead in a particular area to either punish somebody who is doing something they don't want to, or to lock down a specific area.
Cool.
These look like they have been completely integrated into the wall themselves, so they do have a little bit of cover, thanks to the, just the bulk of the wall that is partially covering them, and the fact that they have been integrated into a reinforced structure.
All turrets are Harrison Armory. They're manned twin machine guns.
Heard.
Who's next?
Hey, just as a reminder, if this goes poorly, we get to blame Tavik for this one.
Yup.
Absolutely. Somebody on the other side want to go?
Yeah,
That's
if
a bad idea.
you have a bad idea, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. You have to go now. You can't just say I have a bad idea and not expect me to let you do it.
We love budget ideas.
Save me
Yeah,
if I
you
die. I don't think it's that bad of an idea. I'm not sure if it'll go well. So I'm gonna move out into the open. I'm gonna go. Wait, let me see.
Now remember,
Okay,
there
so
is
move
a
here.
specific hide action that you can take, but
Yes.
generally, you and all enemies know your location. You are never actually hidden from sensors
Hidden.
completely.
That's
They
right.
are mainly
Humongous.
just mechanical things to keep into consideration. Invisible meaning that you have a 50% miss chance, right? And then hidden meaning that you can't be targeted except by AoEs.
Nice. Okie dokie. Well, it still feels gross to come out from behind my silly little car. I'm gonna stand out here, and then ship's gonna be doing a whole bunch of shit in their cockpit looking through things that they're going to do. They've seen, I believe we saw Solitaire do this before. I want to use the wide area code pulse. So I'm going to make a tech attack, and then I can choose any number of hostile characters within sensors and make a special invade tech attack. On a hit, I apply the effects of invade as normal, and then choose additional things. And they're impaired until the end of my next turn.
All right. So you are within range of both of these turrets then?
Mm-hmm.
15 and 15. Excellent.
I've done some fun little math.
All right. You can hold shift to actually target both of them.
I can, can't I? Okay.
So we can see
Ooh,
those
wait.
fun green bloop 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 bloop.
Hell yeah, look at that. Okay. That's so exciting. Okay, so a tech attack. Do I add anything into it? No, I just roll.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I've done things. Okay, cool. So they take the normal invade problems, which is on a success. They take 2 heat, and then they are impaired until the end of my next turn. Can I also use an advanced thing? Could I?
Yeah, you get to
Oh, no,
add
that's-
one of your normal invade options. So you can do System Crusher. I don't think Lockout works because
Yeah, no.
they don't move.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
You
use
can't move
System
them, but-
Pressure. I know, I can't shove
Or
them
you
around.
can
That'd be kinda
use-
funny.
They are
Or you can use
immobile.
Fragment Signal.
Gotcha. Let's do System Crusher, because that just seems mean. They're gonna take an additional 2 heat for a total of 4.
Nice.
If they exceed their heat cap, then they take 4 burn as well.
All right. They do not exceed their heat cap, but you can see now there are 3 of these turrets that are sort of just swiveling around, pointing in various directions, just firing off shots. You can see the tips of the barrels of their twin machine guns starting to glow. Sparks starting to fly from the back.
Sweet. We're gonna do a little dancey dance in our mech.
All right.
And I think I'm done.
Excellent.
Worked.
All right.
I didn't think it would work. It worked.
Going with the heat damage approach. I like it. I like it.
Indeed, indeed.
let's
It's worked
see.
pretty well so far.
Right?
With that, let's do some things here, because you guys are choosing to engage from a distance that they can't match with their with conventional weaponry. Tech attacks do tend to have a bit more range, unless you're specifically a sniper. So, let me take a look at some of my other options here.
You could just surrender.
Yeah, well, I could. I
You could just
suppose
give
I
up.
could.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
starting to overheat. Clearly, we're an overwhelming force.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's
That's
okay.
so cool.
Like it's a lot. We get it. You can just pack it in, gang.
We won't judge you. We'll laugh, but we won't judge you. Oh no,
All
something's
right.
targeting me. Don't love that. I saw the line go to my character and went, oh no.
Oh no.
Time for the
Look,
punishment.
there's little guys.
Oh no.
I told you it was a bad idea.
You don't
I
necessarily
knew so.
hear because you are in the cockpit of a mech, but you do see flying over top of these walls.
Oh no.
Need to get on my actual move token. There we go.
Oh god. Blacksmith. Blacksmith, I fucked up. Blacksmith.
You see 2 mechs just vault over these walls. It doesn't look like they have thruster packs or anything. You see they actually, you imagine they got a bit of a running start and actually just grabbed the top of the wall and vaulted themselves over. They are painted sort of haphazardly, not a full nice paint job. It looks like they are originally just that plain sort of dark gray that sort of comes standard without any sort of customization, but they are sort of slathered and splatted with this dark purple and black bruise. Something that that Starblood has referenced a number of times, the Harrison Armory bruise, which is this dark purple maroonish color that is of the Harrison Armory logo. Now, this is almost certainly not an actual Harrison Armory operation. You don't see their flag, you don't see their insignia. They're not fully painted. They don't have any regalia. It looks like this might be a homage to Harrison Armory. And I do believe there were suspected ties between Commodore Newton Riley and Harrison Armory, though I don't know if you got any confirmation or exactly what that may entail. But these do look like old Harrison Armory mechs. They grab the wall and vault themselves over, sort of crash down on top of this razor wire fence, which would be devastating for anything with skin, but these are building-sized metal objects. They come crashing down, and both of them are going to target you with their carbines. So let's start with you. This out of the way.
Oops.
And I'm going to give you cover on both of these because you are technically mostly behind line of sight of these two mechs here. Actually center the camera on this.
It's too bad I didn't save that ability for when inevitably there were more things on the map.
So I will target you,
Bummer.
and I need to hit you with this carbine, and I'm going to give you soft cover. There you go. That is still a hit. So they vault over, and in a... Actually, yeah, they vault over. It's not the most fluid movement that you've seen, but they crash down and quickly bring up these small carbine rifles and just spray burst fire into you. Some of it hitting this this loader over, or this transporter over here, but enough of them slamming into your frame to deal you 2 kinetic damage.
Ouchie.
The other
Can
one,
I take that to HP?
yes, take that directly to your HP. The other one, and yes, I can use both of them in one turn, is going to do the same thing with soft cover. This one, however, cannot get a good enough line of sight. You take the damage, you hear the blip, 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 blip of the small arms fire, and move just enough behind both of these mechs that all it is able to do is spray the side of this truck and the back of this loader with a few carbine bursts. All in all, not
Perfect.
terrible.
No.
That is their turn. Who would like to go next?
Desperado, how about you finish off the pincher over there?
Sure, can do. So I'm going to move up a little bit. Yeah. All right, and then we're gonna shoot that bad boy. I have one more of my prototype. And we're gonna hope that it likes me today. All right. Roll it. Please.
It does not like you today.
Oh, God.
You rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
So that's how we doing today, I guess.
I would love to know what I did to Foundry. I would just like to know. You know?
Yeah, it truly just
No, that's
hates
fair.
you for some reason.
I mean, there's some people that Roll20 really despises, and I guess the AI overlords in Foundry have decided to pick on you, Q.
I guess so. Yeah, so fuck it, we ball.
You do have another quick action. You could boost. You could fire with a different weapon.
I'm gonna fire with a different weapon. Yeah, we're gonna use the hunter killer and
Nice.
pray to get.
Send out a swarm of nanites to try to overwhelm it. Excellent, that does hit.
Fantastic.
So you line up your hunter-killer rifle and shoot this globule of compacted nanites up and splatter it over the carapace of this turret. And you can see it start to eat away and spread out. You can see the rust and divots starting to overtake the front of this, the carriage of this turret.
Fantastic.
And that did 3 kinetic damage. Excellent.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
All right, that brings it back to my turn, and you probably have moved within range. No, actually, I don't know if you have. No.
Just stay back
well,
and poke him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can radio over to Bite and ask how that is going for her, because over on your side,
Not super great, to be honest.
no, I used those this initiative pass. That's right. Should have held off on them. And Desperado just went. Who did I? Yeah. Okay. So it's only Blacksmith left to go. And unfortunately, no, I don't think anybody is in range of any of these turrets. Can NPCs use stabilize? Can they clear heat that way? I don't think so.
I don't think so unless they're an actual
Unless they're like
like
a veteran or an
old
elite or
mech
something.
lancer.
Yeah. Believe that is the rule, because that would invalidate using heat, basically. All right, so you can see while the other 3 of these turrets are they're just barely getting them under control, trying to get them back in line. They basically spend their turns just retaking control of their targeting systems, while this 4th one up here takes a bead on Desperado, but does not fire, probably because it cannot get a good enough target lock. So that leaves Blacksmith.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is you see that there is a chunk of my mech that comes flying off the back, and you see almost like a piston eject and launch in, and I am going to activate my hyperspec fuel injector to go fast.
Nice.
Especially because there is a decent number of enemies here. So now I gain +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves. Additionally, once per turn, I can boost as a free action. And
Nice.
I am going to launch myself forward, since there are a couple of these guys now. So that is going to be my normal move. That's going to be my boost. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and let out a barrage with my shotgun and pistol. And the best part is that we're activating the handshake etiquette as well, so I get an additional accuracy on those.
Nice. All
So,
right.
yeah, these guys really pissed me off. They took a shot at my friend.
All right.
So that's with the shotgun. I forgot the target.
Yep. Make sure you target.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, actually, it's. All right. Do you want me to just re-roll that?
Oh, I didn't even see a roll. Yeah, go ahead and re-roll that, because I like the animation.
All right. And I forgot I have 2 accuracy. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go.
Damn.
All right.
Okay. So that is a crit on our first guy for 4 damage, and then on our second, we are going to. I lost my page there. 1 second. We're going to go ahead and take a shot with my pistol.
Excellent.
So I'm just going to go launch up, and then basically just, you see, like, pistol in one hand, shotgun in the other, and just start shooting.
All right. Yeah, you burst up, two-handed, firing at the same time, and you notice this mech up here takes the shotgun blast straight to the core, and you can actually see it punctures through some of the old worn metal of this mech, and it is destroyed. It goes crashing back into the fence here. Go on. Make the destroyed face. No, you're not gonna do it. There you go. Gets blasted back into the fence, falls over, and you can actually see a stream of blood come out from this massive hole it now has in the center. The other one, you can see it has taken a good amount of damage, but it is still standing. Anything else from you?
Nope, that's it. That's all I can do.
All right. Oh, that's why they're not here. I need to also add my turrets to the tracker. There we go. And most of them have gone. One of them gets to go, I believe. This one up here. Are you in range? You are.
They finally get to do something. You're welcome, Jack.
Okay, it is going to use a quick action to suppress you. So you see it swivel target in on you and just starts firing wide around you. You are suppressed, so you become impaired.
I'll get that added.
All right, go ahead and add that. You become impaired, and yeah, just because we're all getting used to this game, I will remind you that if you choose to move, it can interrupt that movement with a weapon attack. While you are in this range, while you are targeted by this thing, you are impaired, however. And it is going to use another quick action to actually try to hit you with its light machine gun. So I'm going to give you a target. There you are. And fire. You do not have cover from anything, and there are no other modifiers to worry about, so it's a straight roll. Let's see what happens. Alright, you take 5 damage. It swivels on you and just throws a wall of lead in your direction, enough of it hitting you to slam into your frame, pushing you back a little bit. You can see chunks being taken off of your hull. That, however, will roll us back over to the top of the initiative. And yeah, so which of you would like to go?
Bite. I got their attention. Cook these motherfuckers.
Working on it. Okay. Actually, yeah, no, I'll go. Quick clarification on, I have turrets.
You do.
Somewhere listed. I have turrets. I don't think I understand exactly how they work. As an action, I can deploy one, and I set it down somewhere, and then an enemy is what sets it off, and I use my reaction to deal them damage. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
Looking for the actual...
Yeah.
God, where? I swear, sometimes it's so hard to find stuff.
Yeah, so you
I've been
have...
frantically Googling, and it's not helping.
Expend charge. Turret attack reaction, which can be taken once for each. It's easier. Just look it up on CompCon. I swear to God.
Yeah. I got it. Expenditure. I mean, it's basically what you just said. Yeah, you deploy a turret anywhere within. Yeah, deploy a turret that attaches to any object or surface within sensors and line of sight. And then it gives you the reaction. Okay. And that reaction is gain the turret attack reaction, which can be taken once for each deployed turret drone. Turret drones cannot be recalled after they expend. So where is your actual turret.
Yeah, so the turret attack reaction is if one of your allies makes a successful attack, and then you get to make an attack with the turret.
Ah! How helpful for my big buddy over there.
Yeah. But that's
It's the
interesting. Yeah,
actual
I
damage
don't.
that it deals.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, because that's not mentioned on the sheet here.
I know.
Interesting.
I do also have frag grenades, so I can just throw a grenade for now.
Huh.
And then think about turrets
Yeah,
later.
let me see if I can pull that up. How are we looking? I will stress, guys, again, however, I am relying on you guys to know how your stuff works. I am learning the GM side of things. I need you guys to learn the player's side of things.
I recently discovered turrets in my inventory. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, look at that. I knew I had mines and grenades. I didn't know I had turrets.
Yeah, we're all still learning. I certainly don't blame you. Just something to be mindful of. Just to take a quick look at your character when you have time throughout the week. See if there's anything you missed. Really. And these are just regular GMS pieces, which are harder to look up in the book because they're not under...
Right.
Okay. Yeah, would you like to do something else instead while we try to clarify
yes.
this?
I can absolutely do it, and I'll use the rest of the round for me to go Google searching. Cool. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scooch my happy little booch forward.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see
God.
if I can plug this in. So I quick Control F actually fixed that. The trigger is an allied character within range 10 of the turret makes a successful attack. So one of your allies will need to successfully hit an enemy, and then the turret will be able to attack and deal 3 damage to that target as long as it is in line of sight. But it doesn't look like it actually rolls. You just you consume your reaction, and if your ally hits the enemy, your target also automatically hits the enemy.
Amazing. Okay, that's dope. Then actually, yeah, I might do that because that would be dope for Blacksmith to have out here.
Right.
So yeah, then I'm gonna use a turret. I'm gonna put one out, and it has its range is my range, correct? Or is it different? Just discovered.
Well, you can drop it anywhere within sensors and line of sight.
Okay. Oh, and then its range is 10. Okay.
Yeah, if an allied character within range 10 of the turret targets an enemy. So, strangely enough, it doesn't sound like the enemy needs to be within range 10. The person making the attack needs to be within range 10.
Gotcha. Okay. Shoot, where would that be most helpful? We just determined that these turrets can now hit him over here, so I'm gonna place a turret here behind Blacksmith.
Right there?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And that consumes my action, right? Yes.
I
Yes,
believe
it
it's
does.
a quick.
Quick. Quick action.
Yes.
Dope. Then I'm gonna do that again. Do I want to save that? Would that be? Yeah. Then I'm just gonna bolster Blacksmith as my other quick action, and then be done.
All right.
Have fun.
Gee.
I don't know why I can't.
I love playing support.
So
Yeah.
many accuracies now.
That's great. Alright, I'll worry about that later. For some reason I can't spin it, but we'll just leave it there for now.
We'll pretend. We're all just playing pretend.
Alright, so that is Bite. That means it's my turn again.
Oh no.
Do I want to be proactive or reactive? How do I want to do this? Yeah, I think your side is pressing a little harder. Bite and Blacksmith. So we're just gonna keep up with Legionnaire Squad 1.
Yeah, don't pay any attention to us. We just
Yeah, exactly. They're just little guys, and I'm the big guy right now that's currently wrecking their shit.
I'll take that as a gold star. That's another gold star
Yeah.
for us. Way to go.
Hey,
Man, how many have we got today? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, like 3.
at least 3, yeah.
Can I consume a gold star to avoid getting shot for a round?
No. You are about to get lit up, my dude.
Let's do it!
God.
Because these are Legionnaires. They're kind of a step up from Grunts. But I get to use the entire... They're basically a smaller version of a squad in mech form. Which is fun. Alright, so this one is going to start off the attack. Let me actually zoom in so we all can take a look at just what is going on here. We have 3 of these Hulkwood Legionnaires. The other 2 have vaulted over the wall, have slammed down, each of them bumping into the side and the back of these 2 mechs. Fortunately, not knocking it over on Bite, though that's not a bad idea, actually. The other one bracing itself up against this mech and is going to shoot over at Blacksmith. So,
I'm gonna get squished.
let me bring this guy out. So many chutes open. Didn't I say last week I was going to make a combat that didn't involve 24 NPCs?
Yeah,
You sure did.
You did.
So much for
And then
that.
you just had
It might have been
you
something
give
like
us a
that,
legion
yeah.
to go against.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, these guys only get one quick action and their movement. So they're not ridiculous, but it is going to target you with its carbine again, and you do not have the benefit of cover right now.
No, currently I'm suppressed and I'm getting shot from all sides.
Yep. These 2 other Legionnaires vault over. Top one slams down into this loader mech and just unleashes a spray straight at you. You take 2 more kinetic damage.
Right, let's go. We're still alive.
The one over here that you shot before sort of pushes itself back off of the wall here and is actually going to run up and stab you with a large bayonet on the end of its carbine.
I will say, as he does that, I'm going to use my Overwatch reaction to take a shot with my shotgun because it has a threat 3.
All right, there you go. Take that shot.
So,
Go ahead and target
right,
and fire away.
that is 2. Let's go. Oh,
Boom. It charges forward. You can see it shoots a bayonet out from under its carbine, steps forward, and gets ready to just punch you center mass with this long, gnarly-looking blade. And you just throw up your shotgun and blast it backwards. Blast it backwards, collapses in a heap of
Additional
metal.
3.
It is down.
Never mind.
I'm going to open my comms. All right, who else wants some? I'm going to regret saying that.
You did that on
Yeah,
open comms, yeah?
I did.
This one over here was actually going to take the idea of just sort of tipping this loader over on top of poor Bite here, but then you
No!
taunted over open comms. So,
Oh, I did.
Yep. It's
doing.
going. You can see it started to brace itself at as far up on this loader as it can and starts pushing, and then you see it just turn towards you and lower its carbine.
And I'm just going to like quickly like mount the like shotgun on to my arm and just kind of bring it like, let's go.
On our comms, you're stupid. You're so stupid. Thank you. You're so stupid.
Unfortunately, it misses, and for some reason didn't play the correct animation. But it does sort of reach over and tries to shoot off a burst from its carbine. And it was too focused on trying to push this mech over that it did not properly aim. Alright, that's this Legion out of the way. That is Legion Squad 1. No, not... Right, whatever. Okay, who's next?
Can I go?
Zoom out and zoom in. All right, Desperado, what would you like to do? Your sensors do pick up that there is another squad of 4 Legionnaires on this side. You don't see them, they're behind the wall, but it looks like they did activate last turn, so you are picking them up on active sensors.
That's good. All right, so is there a ready in action sort of situation available?
Sort of hold action?
Like
believe there
ready
is.
in action. Yeah.
I think so. I think you can use a quick action to hold a quick action.
Yeah, there is a quick action to prepare.
Yeah.
You already take an action at a specific time or when a specific condition is met.
Okay, sweet. All right. So I still want to kill that turret. Definitely want to do that, but I want to prepare for when the Legionnaires actually become visible.
All right.
And we're gonna shoot some motherfuckers. At least that's the idea.
All right.
All right, so start with Hunter Killer. Yeah.
Now Hunter Killer, that is range 10. Are you in range? You are actually just out of range, which is something I missed last turn. Oh well. You will need to move at least 1 hex up.
Okay. Well, I meant to move 4 to be within 10, but oh well, skis. Okay. All right. Let's see. I have a pilot talent, yeah. Yeah. And I will. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna shoot. We're not gonna do steady aim.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
I think unfortunately you targeted yourself there.
What?
Oh well.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I'm not going to hold you to
Okay.
that. That is 4 kinetic damage to this turret.
Yeah.
All right. Another globule of compacted nanites slams into it and starts eating away at some of the actuators between the frame and one of its turret arms.
Gotcha. And I think Desperado puts up the rifle, and some pistols come out.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, so
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of weapons on you.
I do.
Yeah, excellent. So
Desperado
you are
brought all the guns.
you are preparing an attack with which weapon specifically?
With the hold on, I did lose the.
The
Here's my sheet.
auxiliary CQB pistol.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're out of uses on your prototype.
Yeah, I'm out of uses.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. That's Desperado.
I think. I mean, I could have just moved up.
Yeah, you have 3 more hexes if you would like them, and I will remind everyone you do have overcharge you can use, but though you are still on the same overcharge, clock as it were from the previous episodes. As far as heat draw.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that should be sufficient.
With that, it moves back to my turn, and how mean do I want to be? So This would be where I ask chat for
Mean.
suggestions. So let me know, chat, what sort of suggestions you have. And the best way to let me know is actually to use the mayhem meter, because every $50 makes some mayhem, and moo, do I got some mayhem. But for now,
More mayhem than trying to shoot me like 3 times?
yes.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
yes. Oh
Oh,
yes.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's fill that meter.
All right. So I think
Ooh.
let me actually just remind myself on the particulars of these legionnaires, because they do have very specific ways they need to act. Within range of at least 1. Excellent. So I can split them in half. All right. So you guys do see exactly as you had planned to, Q, Desperado. You see all 4 of these mechs vault over the wall at the same time. 2 of them making their way to you. And I will let you shoot. Come on, wrong button. I will let you shoot them with your reaction in just a second. The other 2 are going to vault over and try to make their way to where Epithet is hiding.
Fantastic.
So Q, Desperado, go ahead and make your held quick attack with that pistol.
Fantastic.
Go ahead and target the one you would like to attack.
All right. I believe I'm already targeting him. Good lord.
Okay.
Also, so I've got a thermal pistol on my flex weapon mount. Does that mean I can also use my knife?
Yeah, if you're in range, yeah. Now the knife, yeah, it only attacks within 1 hex because it's a knife.
Right.
Some of them could be thrown.
Can it? I don't see that on that sheet. But if you're telling me it can, I will believe you.
I don't know what specific knife he has. So.
Okay.
It's a segment knife.
Oh, I don't think those can be thrown. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think there is one that can be, but I don't think it's that one.
Okay, so so he's technically 2 hexes away.
Yes, he is 2 hexes away. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're gonna go. Yeet.
There we go.
All right. Thermal pistol. All right, that
Sure
is
did.
2 energy damage to this Legionnaire here. Legionnaire 1A. All right, 2 energy damage. There we go. Marked that. Excellent. With that, I will continue their turn, and you shoot it as it gets ready to shoot you. You can see as it is running up, it does release this jagged bayonet from under its carbine, but it is not quick enough to actually get to you. It is instead going to just take a shot as it runs towards you. We get a shot there. That is a miss. Again, I don't know why it's not... not playing the animation. Let's see, but I will use 1B now. Target you. And shoot again. Huh. Why isn't it playing the animation? I'll have to figure that out later. But this does hit. This one also vaults over the wall. Almost slips a bit in some of the, not necessarily mud, but just loose debris of the road here. Manages to keep itself upright, moves a bit more towards you, lowers its carbine, and shoots you squarely in the shoulder joint for another 2 kinetic damage.
Heard.
The other 2 down here, I'm not sure. Are they within range? This one is. This one is not. So this guy down here, Legionnaire 1D, is going to take a shot at Epithet. But you are behind a significant amount of cover. I'm actually going to call this hard cover, I believe. So it's unlikely to be able to hit you because you are almost entirely behind this wall. In fact, no, it does have enough of a shot. to be able to make that, but it is still going to be hard-coded.
Okay.
Because I'm being nice. It still hits you, however,
Damn.
for 2 kinetic damage. Your evasion's not higher than 12? You only have 8 evasion. Look at that. Cool.
Yeah.
We're at Everest. They're
Yeah,
not that good.
yeah.
They're not very good.
Not
So-
yet. I mean, it's a fine mech. Don't get me wrong. Fine mech. Not great stats.
These 2 mechs down here also vault over the wall. The one up top is not close enough to be able to confirm a target lock. However, this one down here is able to turn its sights on Epithet and fire a spray enough to slam into, again, just the corner, the exposed corner of your mech. I will remove them from the initiative. And who would like to go next?
I think Salter's the only one that's left.
That is true.
Okay.
And then
All
I have
right.
turrets.
All right. Let's do this. Protocols. We're going to use stable steady from my crack shot talent, so that I get accuracy on any rifle attacks.
Excellent.
And then I am going to use brilliance, which is once per scene I can make any quick tech action as a free action. And I'm going to hit that turret again with an invade. Come on, come on, come on. Bam. So he takes 2 more heat automatically from the invade.
All right.
And where my super suit? And I'm going to hit him with fragment signal, which gives him impaired and slowed until the end of his next turn.
All right. There's impaired. And I just need to find slowed. There's slowed. Is slowed going to do much on a immobile enemy? It's on my status.
I don't know. But it's part of it.
Yeah. Always good to have. Right. Impaired characters receive
can only make their
+1
standard.
difficulty on attacks, saves, and skill checks. And slowed, the only movement slowed characters can make is their standard move. Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
so the slowed part doesn't do anything, but all right. And then this guy is the only one in range of my rifle stuff. So we're going to target this fella, and we're going to barrage with, we'll start, I think, with my prototype, the energy rifle. Come on. And I get accurate for stable steady. Ooh,
Woohoo.
7 energy
dear
damage.
Lord.
Yeah. Paint me a picture of you obliterating this thing.
So he activates stable steady, and he basically drops down to one knee in this mech. That shoulder-mounted rifle swivels down into place, and you see that purplish pink energy again arcing through the barrel, and then it just a straight zap straight across, just straight center mass, in one side out the other.
All right. And the camera will sort of pick up, and you just see that hole in the mech, sparking interior, and a bit of blood drip through it as it falls forward onto its face and is scrapped. I said,
Wow.
and it is scrapped. Come on, Foundry, what are you doing today? Aren't you working? All right, well, he's dead.
There we
That
go.
guy is just out of range. He's one space too far.
Well, I mean, you still have your movement,
Yeah,
right?
you still have your movement.
No, I don't, because
No?
I use stable
Oh,
steady, which
yeah.
means I don't get to move.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Steady aim, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Alex. So, because I said it was a barrage, or and take another quick action since I didn't get to barrage.
Sure. We'll
Okay.
just call it a skirmish.
Okay. Well, then his homie up here is getting invaded.
All right. I will say before
Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, that's fine. I was just going to say you can see that there are 2 guards up in this watchtower over here. You can see they pull rifles in your direction, and then one of them just reaches over to the other one's shoulder and just shakes its head, and they just hunker down.
Like, no. You don't want to do that, buddy.
You know.
Think about this, Tom.
Right.
I want to live. Thank you.
We don't want that
So
smoke.
I'm gonna hit this. So I hit this guy with the invade, so he takes 2 heat, and then we're gonna hit him with balance control lockout. Which means I get to make him move in 2 spaces in any direction. So he's gonna go 2 spaces backwards and hit the wall.
All right. Let me just double check something real quick. Give me just a second to confirm this because NPCs work a little bit differently than player characters. Well, I'll just come out and say my query while I search. When an NPC gets their full heat damage, they don't bother with overheat, do they? They just blow up.
Yeah, they automatically take a structure.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We're gonna go with that for now. So you target it with this program, and you command the mech to turn around and start moving. And before it even gets to the wall, you can see it start to glow. You can see sparks coming out from the joints. You can see its carbine starts firing in random directions. One leg just starts twitching and spasming, and it sort of hobbles over to the wall, slams into it, gets knocked over, and then just explodes.
Yikes.
Fireworks today.
All right. Is that your turn?
That's
Solitaire?
it.
That's-
If I could do more, I would.
No, is that all?
Oh,
I just
that's a
killed 2
great turn.
people, It's fine.
Yeah. All right. With that, I have 4 turrets I can use now because there are more enemies than player characters. Let's see. So I can target 1 there. Can't quite get you. Can't quite get her. Over here. Nope. So I can take 1 shot at Blacksmith and 1 shot at Desperado. So let's start with Blacksmith here.
All right.
I'll move over and zoom in so we all can enjoy this. Assuming animations work. I pointed in your direction. I gotta make sure. There we go. Yeah, I think the problem is Foundry's just lagging a bit for me. Yeah, it is moving, but it's not following instructions when I put them in. All right. Well, I'll worry about fancy stuff later. I think I just have too many tabs open. All right. So we are targeting Blacksmith over here with wall turret number 4. No, this one already... Didn't this one already go? He suppressed you. Was that this turn
Yeah.
or last? Yeah, this one already went.
I think that was this turn.
I think that was this turn. I must have missed him on the initiative order. Okay, so he can't do anything. He is still suppressing you. The other one up over here, I'm fairly certain did not get to go. Turret, go on. Turret number 2 is going to turn and swivel on Desperado here. Target you, and fires with its light machine gun. Ooh. Solid hit on Desperado for another 5 kinetic damage. And it is going to use its other quick action to also suppress you. So you are now impaired.
Okay.
It basically does the same thing as the other one did to Blacksmith. Just throws out a wall of lead in your direction. You can see this mech here start to spin and swivel on the turret like, the fuck are you doing? I am right here. And we'll see if that becomes a problem on his turn.
It's friendly
That,
fire.
I believe, is everything I can do because none of my other turrets are in range of anybody. So we start back over. Who would like to kick us off?
I would like to, if you'd be so kind.
Of course.
You got all those guns. Use them.
I intend to. We're gonna barrage. We're gonna go ahead and step forward first.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Hello. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do a lot of shooting.
So, speaking of shooting, you were just suppressed and chose to move.
Yeah.
So this turret is going to take its suppression fire on you. However,
Right.
I'm going to give you soft cover because you are moving directly in front of this other mech. So it gets to
Fantastic.
interrupt your movement, which doesn't stop you or anything. It just is allowed to take this shot with its light machine gun. I'm going to give you soft cover. And if it misses, I'll see if it hits the other target. Boundary does not like you, my man.
God, and that was even getting a 5 on that, and on the difficulty too.
Wow, yeah, it rolled a 17, plus 2, minus 5. Alright, that's another 5 kinetic damage to you, Desperado.
Okay, well then I guess we're just gonna brace.
Yep, you can use your reaction to brace. Good call.
Okay.
But yeah, this is your turn. Take
I
away.
assume. No, if I brace, I don't get my next turn, right?
I believe that is true. Get ready for impact, reducing damage at the cost of next turn's action. So you still have the rest of your actions this turn. So you are
Okay.
actually using brace as a reaction to a reaction, which I believe you can do, even though it is your turn.
Okay.
So you can still use your actions for this turn, but you will not have actions the following turn.
Okay.
Interesting
Well
use of
then,
brace.
I hope that they're all going to be gone by the time I'm through here. Okay. All right. So, first pistol. It is my first. So, am I still impaired, or did that clear?
Because it took the shot, that will clear the impaired.
Okay. Dope skis. All right. Cool. Rolling it. Are you so serious? Okay, it's reliable. So still takes 1.
I think you need to burn some incense for the machine spirit.
Oh,
Takes 1 damage. You throw the pistol out, and you are lining it straight up with the cockpit, but it moves its hand and just slaps it over the side, and you do take a chunk out of the corner of its shoulder. But it's still up and functional.
Okay, well then we're gonna attack with a thermal pistol and segment knife.
All right. That's another nat 1.
oh my God.
Sure.
I might light some
How many
incense for the
puppies
machine
did you
spirit.
kick in a past life? Like, what the fuck?
None. I'm almost positive. Was that a third miss? Of course it was.
That's a third miss. That's a 3.
Sure.
Babe.
Sure. Cool. So I'm gonna use my once a scene to shoot something.
Come on. I believe in you.
Okay.
So
All right.
faith.
And
All right,
there's
so
there's nothing I can do as a GM. It's just, I'm sorry.
all right. So anyway, sure. Fuck it. I'm already not doing anything next round, so I'm gonna ready steady. We're gonna crack shot this. I'm gonna use the Legionnaire as a brace for my rifle, and shoot the turret.
Now what are you using at this point?
I'm using the Everest. Once a scene, the Everest can take any quick action as a action.
All right, sweet, gotcha. All right, so you take a chunk out of this thing, sure,
and then I use
brace.
it as a holster.
Excellent. But
Okay. Also, I did not mean to target the Legionnaire. It's fine.
that's fine.
I was targeting the turret.
Gotcha. Now, crits, I assume the system would apply anything that crits actually do.
Yep. Yeah, you rolled 2 2s.
Oh, yeah, that's just what it is. Yeah, I was double checking, how can you only have 2 damage on a critical? And you just rolled 2 2s. All right. Well, 2 damage. I will even take that critical into consideration and say that it actually bypasses its innate armor and actually does the 2 damage instead of just 1. So you brace on this mech here and fire another shot of hunter-killer drones. This turret is slathered in these sort of spent copperish, rusty copperish sludge that is just crawling across it, and you're starting to see pockmarks in the wall of the turret itself. Little light shining out from inside where presumably there's somebody in there. But unless you would like to overcharge, which might not be a bad idea considering you're losing your next turn if you have the heat to spare, you can overcharge or we can move on.
Yeah, no, let's overcharge. Let's try this again.
All right.
What is happening?
Have you marked down how many times you have overcharged?
Once?
Okay.
Actually, I don't even think I did. I don't think I needed to.
Hasn't overcharged before.
I haven't overcharged.
Cool.
Nope.
So you take 1 heat damage. But just for everyone, I'm not sure if there's a place on the sheet for it, but do mark down where you are on the overcharge, how many times you have overcharge, because it incrementally does
It'll
more.
track it
There is a
automatically. Yeah.
There's
does?
a button that you hit each time,
Oh,
and
sweet.
it tracks it.
Excellent. Look at Foundry
Okay,
being
well, I'm
much
gonna-
smarter than I am.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the heat. What was that? Oop.
Are we back in the danger
I don't know what
zone?
happened. God, I don't know what's happening.
Unfortunately, I don't either, because
Okay,
I'm
whatever.
not
Hey, I'm just gonna shoot again.
cool.
Okay, so if I use my thermal pistol, like if I use my flex weapon, and I attack with that, I'm so bright. Does that mean I get attacked with both of those same weapons at the same time?
If it's
now
on the
that I'm
same
close?
mount. Yep.
Hell yeah. All right, then let's go.
Not watching the combat
Hey,
log. All right,
that's
you
a-
hit.
That's a hit.
Excellent. That actually, you are using that as a brace. Fire off with one weapon, and as you're doing so, you come up, fire up into the cockpit, blast a hole through the roof of this thing, and just for good measure, your knife comes out underneath, slams into it, and you just throw it backwards in a heap of scrap.
Yep.
There you go.
Hitskis.
All right.
Yay, all done.
And then your mech sort of locks down for a second there and just starts glowing from the amount of heat you have built up. Okay. Yeah, I believe that was the top of the initiative. A long but very nice turn. Let's move forward here. Yeah, let's use. Yeah, I only have one of these guys left. I think I'll use a turret in that case. So this is turret number 2. Knock you off the turn over here, and fire on you. Alright, that does miss. And Suppress is, it's not a consumable and it's not a recharge. I can just keep using it, so it's going to suppress you again.
Okay.
Alright. Who's next?
Bite, you mind if I clear the way over here? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the turret that is currently suppressing me, and I'm going to project a shield between myself and it as a protocol. Take my 1 heat. Let's see, there we go. Just that way, if it does take a shot at me, then it's going to have a little bit more difficulty against that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do another barrage with the pistol on the lower one. I'm going to go ahead and wait to use my auxiliary, and I get 2 accuracy there.
Sweet. I'll need to make a directional shield for this particular action, but we'll use the bubble shield.
Perfect. So looks like it's going to be hit for another 3 damage against the lower one.
Excellent. A solid barrage of shots. It does stumble back a bit. You push it back into the razor wire. Just, again, not enough to hurt a mech, but you can see steam coming out of bits, sparks flying. Its other arm just seems to go limp. It is looking rough.
And then
I'm gonna use the turret reaction to add 3 damage.
There you
to
go.
that.
The turret then swivels and really does just light up this this loader mech over here. Zoom in so you can see a little bit more. Yeah, just slams bullets into this loader mech, but enough does get through to just turn this mech into Swiss cheese.
Ooh, to miss.
And then I'm going to charge up to the one that is above me, and I am going to attempt to swing my axe at it. So I know it's probably going to go ahead and take a shot.
Yes. Now, what exactly does this shield do again?
So if it attacks me or I attack it, we both have +2 difficulty until the start of my next turn.
Okay. So it is going to take a shot with +2 difficulty. There we go. Still manages to hit.
All right.
So that's a 19 plus 2, and it even rolled a 6 on its difficulty.
Jeez.
Yep.
Still managed to get through. You take another 5 kinetic damage.
Still hanging in there, but that's okay. I'm bringing the axe down on this enemy.
All right. Ooh. Paint me a picture. How do you cleave this thing up?
It's going to be real simple. It's just I'm going to be running, and you see bullets are just like hammering into my mech. I'm going to use the arm that's getting shot to basically grab and then just cut this thing in half, and then just toss the top half.
Excellent. You do exactly that. You run up, you grab it, you slice it in half, and just throw the top half into the corner of this razor wire.
Okay, and then, you know what? We're going to have some fun, and we're going to go ahead and boost his free action because I can do that. And probably don't want to target myself. And I'm going to start making my way up.
All right.
That's my turn. Look, when I'm in close quarters, guys, I can actually do things.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's Blacksmith out. Let's, yeah, and you guys have cleaned up these Legionnaires quite well. I really need to be... I need to find a way to tie the scrap macro into actually killing them on the initiative order, because that would make tracking these a lot easier for me. Where's the other one? There it is. So I still have turret number 4 up here that you are charging towards, and you do still have your shield up, right? It kind of stays with you.
It's until the end of my turn. So actually, at this point, I think it dissipates.
Oh, at the end of your turn. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, no, until the start of my next turn.
Start of your next turn. Okay. So it would still have +2 difficulty on this shot?
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Please roll low for once. There we go.
It does. Yeah, that's a -1 to hit. You charge forward with this shield now, and it is not quick enough to actually follow you and get around your shield projection. And you just see splashes of light hit across this hard light projection. With that, however, it is going to continue spinning up and keep you suppressed. Who's next?
I can go.
All right, Solitaire.
All right. So, from here,
Oh, yeah, you
you
got
are
that range.
just in range. And sensors.
Make me scroll.
So, yeah, I'm going to hold position right here, and I'm going to use an invade on that fella.
Nice.
Attack. Get him. Boom. System crusher. 4 heat.
Yeah.
4 heat.
Hell yeah.
All right. Yes. You target this, you start overloading its systems. This one was otherwise unscathed, but they don't have great heat management. You can see it starts it starts swiveling around trying to figure out what is happening, then just stops, and you see the back open up and the pilot shoot out, slam itself into the wall, slide down the wall, and then the mech runs forward a space and explodes.
All right, second quick action. We're going to invade the turret again.
All right.
Boom. That's 2 heat, and it's impaired again.
Okay. Well, with that, heat seems to be the way to go with this group. You target it with another systems hack, and it just starts spinning. It tries to fire its weapon, trying to keep you suppressed, trying to hit you with something, but it just starts spinning and spinning. You can see some of the shells actually flying back and spraying into the corner of the HQ over here as it just spins and spins and spins and spins. And like one of those big claw, I forget what they're called. What are they called? Excavators, like the big excavator equipment we have now. You spin enough in one direction, it just pops off. It continues spinning and spinning and spinning and unscrews itself from the wall, tumbles backwards inside the wall, and you just see sparks and smoke.
Nice. And then we'll... All right, then we're going to move out of cover now.
Yep, now that everything's taken care of. Nice. Okay, with that, I am going to bounce back over here. Bite is staying out of range. And I don't have many toys left to play with. You're taken care
Definitely
of.
didn't do that on purpose. Definitely not hiding.
No, I'm so sorry, Jack.
I'm so
Yep.
sorry.
So I only
I'm
have...
heartbroken for you.
Yep. Yeah, this last turret I have can't do anything. So that brings us to you, Bite.
Woo! Amazing. Okay, well that's exciting. So both of these over here by myself and Blacksmith, they're still like doing stuff, right?
Both turrets, they look more or less fine. You can see the entire barrels of their guns are glowing red hot, and you're seeing a little bit of smoke coming out from inside of them, but otherwise you don't see really any structural damage to them.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hop right out here. I'm just gonna scooch my little booch. And I'm gonna do another... What is that? Wide area code pulse.
Can
so
you
I
do that
hit
more than
both of
once?
them with- No? Can I
No,
not?
because it uses your
Is it a core power?
Oh, it's a core power, that's why.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't say
Okay.
once per scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
once per long rest, essentially. Once per full repair is the correct term in this game.
Perfect. Okay, well then I will just do a quick tech attack to invade the one over here by Blacksmith.
Alright.
Because as you said, heat seems to be the way to go.
Yep, apparently.
Alright. What have I done?
Oh yes.
Excellent.
Okay, cool. So that is 2 heat. And that was a quick tech attack. So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna do the same thing to the other guy.
I will keep this simple.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. Okay.
I will lead you and whatever paranoid player gamer mind you have to try to figure out what that means.
I have a very paranoid gamer mind. Cool. I feel like Shiv has a moment of divine inspiration and goes, actually, I'm already locked onto this guy. I'll hit him again. I don't know. I can't read
seems
Jack's
smart.
face.
That seems smart. I like where your head's at.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's just have some fun over here. Has my reaction reset, by the way? No, I can't set off my own turret. Never mind, I answered my own question.
Yeah, you can't set off your own turret, but unlike D&D where you only have one reaction per initiative pass, you actually have one reaction per round. And round is different than turn, so you can use a reaction on every character's turn as long as you have enough reactions that you can do something, but you can't use the same reaction more than once per turn. It's probably
so if I had multiple turrets out, I could go after every one of the other people's turns.
Yeah. If you deploy 3 turrets,
conditions.
all 3 of those turrets could attack in the same initiative pass. You just couldn't use any one of them more than once.
Vibes. Awesome. That's good to know. We learned something new. Anyways, I hit super hard.
All right.
I critted.
Well, criticals don't tend to do much on quick attacks, but with that, you do see the barrels of these guns just start tilting upwards and spinning, and smoke and sparks start flying out. You actually see as actually you probably wouldn't. But yeah, it just starts smoking. It's not nearly as well, it's a critical. I'll give you something spectacular for a critical.
Can I make it dance? Like, can my invade of their code programming just make it dance really rapidly until it explodes?
As much as an immobile part of a wall can dance, you can do so. You can sort of program it. I mean, they are twin machine guns. They can't really swivel, but they can go up and down. So it just kind of swivels back and forward in place, waving its gun turrets around until it just sparks, and stops.
Incredible.
You guys in chat enjoy that dance? That was fun.
It was fun. It was good.
Well done.
Somebody gif it.
Gold star.
Well done.
Yep.
Gold star.
Jack, you get a gold star.
I try. All right,
And
I
that is
think
my go.
that is the end of the initiative. And I think with that, actually, we are going to take a quick break. I would like to ask my players a quick question about how we are going to proceed. But so far, it looks like they've done quite a good job taking down the defenses of this installation. So we're gonna take a quick break, somewhere around 10 minutes or so. We're gonna go get up, do our own quick repairs, do the human things. I suggest you do the same. We got some tunes for you to listen to. Might play an ad just to appease the AI overlords, because I assume everyone's gonna be up and doing other things or going to other tabs. But make sure to tab back over here in about 10 minutes, because we either have part 2 of what could be a pretty devastating combat, or something equally fun coming up. We'll be back in a little bit. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the continuation of the Starcrier Conflict. We're coming back at the tail end of, well, at least part of this conflict. Our Lancers here have charged forward towards the WAC Tantalum mining facility, currently occupied by the Hawkwood Company Privateer Micro Corporation. Essentially, glorified space pirates. They've taken this facility, and our Lancers here are, well, here to take it back. And they're doing quite a good job blasting through orbital defenses, ground-to-air defenses, and now doing a great job taking out the garrison of this particular facility. We are down to just 2 turrets, and then they have this whole complex, which might seem rather small on our map, but that's just because we are quite far zoomed out, and it's a battle map. This is an entire arcology. It is 3 stories tall, but probably high ceilings, so quite tall. It may even extend down into the ground. They don't know the layout of this place at all. They don't know who may be in here, where they may be located, whether there's civilians. So we'll see, or even what the place looks like below the wall. All they know is, well, basically what we're looking at right here. So, we're going to jump back in, and what our Lancers decide to do will determine whether this is a prolonged fight for the rest of the episode, or if we get into some narrative gameplay. Let's throw it back to our Lancers. This is the top of the round. So we'll stay in combat turn for at least right now. Who's going?
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you can get to that bad boy.
Yeah, say. You cut out a little bit, Q. What did you say?
I said, if you can get to that bad boy, that would be great.
Yeah, let me see.
That Death Star is going to be locked up.
If I move up here. Slowly move up there. That puts him right in range of my sensors.
Nice.
So, yeah, let's hit him with the invade.
All right.
Missed on the first one. Try another one. Okay, got him with that one.
Awesome.
So, yeah, hit him with the system crusher for 4 heat.
4 heat, nice. So the gunner here seems to be able to thwart your first attempt at hacking, but you quickly retry a different subroutine, getting not into the weapons and targeting system, or even into the swivel motors, but just into the, well, not necessarily life support, but general functions of this turret. And you can start seeing
turn off
sparks.
the air conditioner.
Yeah, turn off the air conditioner. Yeah, you just see sparks.
That's rough.
Anything else for you, Solitaire?
Oh. You know what? Yeah, I'll overcharge.
All right.
Ooh.
Is there a limit
Reheat.
to how many times you can do that system crusher?
No. System crusher, I can only use it once per target per scene.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Let's see, was that another... Alright, you are overcharging. Yep, that's 3 more heat on you. And another successful tech attack.
So he takes 2 heat from the invade.
Alright.
And then we'll use fragment, so he's impaired.
Okay. I will mark that. This time you do...
And then that will be my turn.
Excellent. We see on the inside of this cockpit, there's a... one of these, and I say space pirates or privateers, but they are actually wearing a uniform of some sort. Not necessarily a military-grade pressed and clean uniform, but it looks uniform-ish. You can just see this individual just frantically tapping away on controls, trying to keep this thing well, under control. That is Solitaire. We can knock you off the initiative order. And, well, I am quite limited in what I can do. At least for right now. Question is, do I keep punishing Desperado? I'm going to roll a D2. And we're going to say 1 is Desperado and 2 is Bite.
I'm being 2, please. Come on!
Oh, I forgot. I was gonna light some incense for you there, Q. On the break.
No worries.
Come on!
Pray to the dice gods.
You still have some structure left, right?
Just hit
Yeah,
me.
still got some.
Yeah.
Just
Everything's
hit
fine.
Still got some. Let's go.
All right. That is going to, well, what it's been doing, it's going to target you with the light machine gun. This thing is impaired, right? So this looks like it is automatically applying.
Come on.
Miss, please.
That is a miss.
There we go!
Very good.
Thank God.
It tries to swivel in Solitaire's direction, but it just can't seem to target where it wants to target. It seems to be swiveling and moving up and down, and just lights a swath down past the feet of Desperado's mech. It
Sweet.
is, however, just going to try to keep itself within the same general vector of Desperado and keep you impaired. Which you already are, so I won't take that all.
Wait,
And that is turn number 2. Yeah, you want to go next then?
can we? Yeah, just go ahead and get me out of the way.
All right.
Unless we want to have the other two, because we don't have anybody else on our side, right?
No, go for it.
Go.
I can't do anything this round.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
right.
Yeah, I can't do anything this round.
Yeah, with
so,
brace, you lose all
it
your
would
actions.
actually-
Yeah.
Right. So it would probably.
Well, then you
just
should be the last
better.
one to go.
Yeah, exactly. It would just be better to have the other two go.
I think that makes more sense from a turn economy perspective.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I could go.
Bite.
I could scoot. So I'm gonna scoot. Do I want to? Yeah, I'm gonna scoot, and then I'm gonna. It'll let me do that. There we go. And then I'm gonna boost to get just a little bit closer to, so that I'm within range, and then I'm going to use. What is this? My pistol.
I will
I'm gonna shoot.
ask, actually, if you could position yourself on either side of the wall, because I don't think it's
Ooh.
big enough for you to run on.
That's fair. How sad.
If you were in your size 1/2 goblin, I would give it to you, but this is an Everest.
Nope.
No Naruto running on the wall.
I was
not
just
yet.
about to make that joke. I was like, why can't I Naruto run?
Not on the
Anyway.
door. Maybe the wall as you travel to it, but the door is just too thin. It
Fair.
would be dangerous to attempt.
Okay, so now I'm gonna try to hit it. Do I hit it? Wait, do it? Oh,
You
Is
didn't
that a nat 20?
target, but that is a nat 20,
Oh.
so I will apply the hit.
Shit.
All right, that is 3 damage on this turret, which
I don't
is
think I've ever used the pistol, which is really funny. So when Bite goes running out, goes,
excellent.
basic, and I'm just gonna stand here like an idiot.
Come on. There we go. All right, excellent.
Oh wait, can't I do a tech attack as a quick action for free? Because I'm
Jumbo.
Yep, once
Yeah.
per scene.
and I almost said chimichanga, and that's not correct either. That's a freebie that I get. So if I would like to do that, and I'd like to invade it as well.
All right, go for it. Make sure to
Okay.
target it.
Yes. Good reminder. Thank you. There we go.
Should zoom in for the folks. There we are.
Okay. So we're gonna get tech attack. No.
All right, nice.
What is happening?
Back-to-back crits.
What is happening?
Nice.
I am the source of Q's failure. This is
I
what.
I think I found where my luck
Yeah.
went.
Apparently.
Yeah. Okay. Now we just need you to do like the Soul Eater, just like send the vibes over. Like, yeah.
What are you doing
I'm sending
with
you
this
my
tech
best
attack?
vibes, dude. Oh, I'm going to invade with it, so it takes 2 heat, and I don't have anything special left that I can do, so just the 2 heat.
Okay.
Oh, and it's
you can-
third, I think.
You can hit it with fragment, which anybody can
I
do,
can.
so it makes it impaired.
There we go. Let's do that.
Did
So
you
we're gonna fragment it to impair it.
did you already system crusher this?
This is a different thing. This is fragment signal.
Okay.
It's the one that Solitaire's been using to impair and slow, but slow doesn't matter here.
Right. Okay.
I think Bite used System Crusher on that first
Mm-mm.
Okay.
at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I applied the 2 heat, and it is impaired and slowed. You said.
Yes.
All right. Or all slowed does, and it is already impaired. Excellent. All right.
Bournemouth.
I believe it sends it back to my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just walked up and attacked it, so I think it
did.
is going to return in kind.
Fair enough.
Well, it can't hack you. It doesn't have that ability, but it will swivel in your direction. That's the
What are you
wrong
talking about?
direction.
It's gonna hack. It's gonna hack her to pieces.
Yeah. So let me hit you with a target there, and yeah, you're quite close. I don't think it's going to worry about suppress. I mean, it does actually still have its tech attack options, to be fair. It just doesn't have anything fancy it can do, but it can do normal tech attack things you can do, like lock on.
Rude.
So I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so we're gonna attempt a lock on here, right? Is that in my too many cheat sheets?
Vibes.
It doesn't help to have a cheat sheet and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, then get lost in having too many cheat sheets. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I think you just need to make that successful hack attack, and then you get lock on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we targeted you, and that is a tech attack. I click on that. It is impaired, which it should automatically be applying.
Mm-hmm.
That still manages to hit.
No. Oh, that's
All
pretty
right.
rude.
Well, it doesn't do anything fancy to you. It just confirms the lock on. All right. Yeah, sweet. So you have lock on. Let me go ahead and apply that because it's not something I can do manually. On the other side, where is lock on? It's this one. So you have lock on, and it is going to keep you targeted and immediately spend that lock on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Which will cancel out its impaired and make a light machine attack on you, which does hit.
Rude.
Even impaired, you see it actually takes time to steady itself. It sort of swivels in your direction, and you're expecting it to just spray and pray bullets in your general direction, but it does stop and takes enough time to actually get itself under control and fires straight at you in a line straight diagonally up your chassis for 5 kinetic damage.
Oof. Okay.
Just
That's not ideal.
big
I'm
chunk
fine.
of a structure for an Everest. All right. That, however, is my last turret. So we have Blacksmith or Desperado. Sounds like Blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and stabilize. That way I can. Yeah. Not looking great there.
All right. right.
So we're going to do that.
Now, stabilize is a full action,
Yes.
so you have your movement, and you could choose to overcharge for a quick action.
I'm just going. All I'm going to do is move. So I am going to use my move and boost as a free action because I have my core power
Nice.
active, and I'm going to start hauling ass down to bite.
Okay.
Oops.
You vault yourself over. Actually, you can't even vault. You go to vault yourself over that fence, but it is a chain link fence, so it just crumples in your arm, and you step over it and boost yourself forward back behind this loader. All right. With that. Decisions to make. Yeah, okay. You each notice essentially a hail. It's a ping for communication on open comms, but it's just a request for connection as opposed to just openly communicating. Does anyone
Do
pick
we
up the
see
phone?
Who is it from? Does it say?
It is not from what is the term? Friender
IFF.
What yeah, it's not from an IFF you recognize.
Well, team, I think we got their attention.
Well, let's see what they have to say.
I'll go ahead and accept it.
All right. So we have Blacksmith accepting the call. I imagine you have some sort of screen in your mech that you can pull up. Maybe something, you swivel something down. You see projected on this screen an older gentleman, not terribly old. Of course, again, that doesn't mean as much as it does anymore with medical technology. He could be anywhere between 60 and 140. But he looks fairly good. He has a lot of salt and pepper to the side, but slicked back black hair in a very sort of short cropped and then slicked back in a very military fashion. It's likely he either dyes the salt and pepper or the black, one or the other, if not both. But he is wearing what looks like an old, if customized, military uniform from a Harrison Armory era long ago, which you might only vaguely recognize. It doesn't have any Harrison Armory insignia on it, so you might not immediately pick it up, but you do see where that would have been. There are other accolades and pieces of metal and trophies that he's collected, and pins that may or may not be legitimate, may or may not come from an actual authority other than himself or whoever he may presumably work for. This is Commodore Newton Riley. Well, you certainly know how to make an entrance, don't you? Now, can I kindly ask that you stop shooting up my forces?
Well, you see, a couple of problems there is that we were sitting here to do a job, and I would be more than happy to stop kicking your guys' asses if, you immediately surrender.
Interesting. I'm not entirely sure you're aware of the situation here. Quite a brazen approach. Normally, I would commend that, though in this instance there is, well, I imagine unknown unknowns.
Yeah, here's the thing, is that, sorry, bud, but you pissed off the Union Navy.
Well, if I so pissed off the Union Navy, I do wonder when they will show up. Lancers.
Yeah, here's the thing, is that we're just here to soften you up a little bit. Honestly, they're not far behind.
Not far behind is a relative term, and you know how relativistic space can be.
I do, but I will say that if you're not planning on surrendering, I'm having a lot of fun kicking the shit out of your men.
They will be missed. I am not a heartless commander. I'm sure many of them have families, if not here, elsewhere.
Not heartless, but not opposed to us slaughtering them.
Well, perhaps there is some sort of concord we could come to, then. I invite you to lay down your weapons and simply walk inside. We can have a conversation and address some of those unknowns.
Interesting. Hold, please. And I'm just, regardless of what he says, I'm just going to
You see a
put him on mute.
twitch in his eyebrow as you do so.
And is this? Are we all privy to this?
Yeah, you can all sort of conference call on this. It was open comms.
Okay, I'm recording the whole thing. I have Kitsune recording everything.
Record
Alright.
initiated.
So team, he wants us to lay down arms and, quite frankly, just walk in. I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Obviously.
Yeah. Personally, I think that we've got him a little bit scared.
Sounds like a
And-
trap to me.
It sounds like a trap, and it seems like it's a good opportunity for us to just press our advantage while we got it. He does not
Yeah,
seem like he's
seems
interested
like a
in
good plan.
surrendering. So,
No.
quite frankly, anybody else opposed to just kicking down the doors?
Not
How do we
opposed
guarantee
here.
the safety of anybody that's inside that isn't a part of it.
Yeah, that's going to be the main problem. We'll just have to do the best that we can.
All right.
And I'm going to basically unmute the call with him. All right. We've all discussed. And this is your last opportunity to surrender, so then we can talk this over peacefully. Otherwise, I'm coming in.
Funny. In different context, I was about to say the same. That is unfortunate. I will remind you, again, unknown unknowns, and I will clarify one of them for you, and that is that we have welcomed this colony into the Hawkwood family with open arms. And while I do care about those under my command, I do understand, and I hope you do as well, that, well, in a dangerous business such as the extraction and processing of a dangerous and rare material, there can certainly be, well, hazards, accidents. I would hate for
Ask
the
a question.
workforce to bear any of that. Any mishap that may arise due to your wanton destruction of our property. Before you respond...
Jack.
Yes, go ahead. Sean.
Can I pinpoint where his transmission is coming from?
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Let's make that a roll. I assume you have some sort of skill talent for this.
Is it possible to give assistance by shoveling everything Shiv learned from their very bad attempt at hacking communications previously to assist?
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
Can I use stay cool? Because we're trying to do this under pressure and quickly.
I don't think that really applies.
All right.
No.
About the only other thing I could think would be hack or fix.
I mean, hack would certainly work. Yeah, hack and fix works both
Okay.
for
If you think
software and
that would
hardware.
work.
Yeah. You're essentially
Okay.
hacking their communications and trying to trace it back.
Yeah, okay. And
I don't
you
know
said,
what my assistance gives you.
It'll give +1 accuracy.
okay.
I will, however... I'm going to make this a risky roll. Which means... let me double check, but I believe that means anything less than a 20 does have a consequence, though you do still succeed on a 10 or above.
Yeah. Correct.
I assume they would just know that we did it.
I mean, that's the most obvious thing, I guess.
Like detect thoughts, you know?
Oof.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh, did I miss the roll? I'm not on the right sheet.
It's an
Okay,
8.
that's an 8.
Right.
Okay, you and Bite sort of team up. Bite giving you information, double checking your calculations and your code, and you send it through the transmission. And then I'm going to say, at least temporarily, both of your communications just shut down. So you are now outside of this call. You cannot hear what is being said, and you cannot participate in the conversation. Just
RNGesus, why?
just like that. See, I'm not sure if you had anything to do with this, but it seems there's a bug in our communications equipment. With all this wanton gunfire and destruction, something must have hit something. It's a terrible tragedy, but it does look like one of our remote facilities has suffered some sort of detonation. And then you hear an explosion out in the distance and smoke rising from somewhere in the smaller mining pit to your northwest.
That's a shame. I can't wait to tear you apart. And I'm going to end the call.
All right.
I am, Jack, going to pass that back to the support team.
Okay. You can do so.
I want to see if we can switch efforts to getting civilians out,
Would you like to...
especially if they're...
normally, this is
sorry.
when we would pass it over for some roleplay between you and Starblood, but Starblood is not here. So would you like to contact Hajiri? We'll say Starblood is busy. You contact him on comms. I hope everything is going well over there. Solitaire, I am busy at the moment. Please direct your inquiry to Hajiri.
I'm the right person. Oh, what an asshole.
Hajiri
Yeah,
here?
this is Desperado, but sure. Hajiri, Desperado. We were contacted by the Commodore, and he is using the civilians as shield. He just detonated one of the auxiliary facilities.
That is unfortunate. We were aware that he was lording over civilian hostages. That's why we were hoping for either a very quick assault or, well, some sort of longer form attempt at undermining.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the headlong approach, there are collateral damages to be expected. Sadly. And you can see there is actual, feeling behind that.
We should work to mitigate any of the potential collateral as we can. We've got a turret left, one or two, but we're at the base.
Well, I am seeing this video footage that you put through currently. I will have to parse through it. I can't watch that and talk to you at the same time. Well, you know probably more than I do, which I imagine is not terribly much more than we knew when we started this, so I will ask you if you have a particular plan. We are here for your support, but we are starting to become overwhelmed. This place does have sizable defenses, and if we are to keep them off of your backs, we will need to stay positioned as we are, and we can only do so for a limited time.
Okay. Then we're going to keep pushing.
Very well. We will hold out
Short
as long
grid
as we can.
defenses. We'll try and get this done as quick. All right, we'll try and get this done as quick as possible. I'm going to send out to the rest of the crew To the rest of the squad, support is getting overrun, so we need to do this quick.
All right, you got it.
Hold up,
You
hold up.
both notice
Can we
that
at least consider?
you're not part of this call, remember?
Oh, that's right. I'm still out of it.
Blacksmith and Desperado, you realize you've lost communications with Solitaire and
Shit.
Bite.
Okay. Is Solitaire moving?
Not at the moment. He is. I mean, he's still where he was. Can I have stabilized during this?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I will
Just
say
clear my
you
heat.
can take some time and some actions, but the longer you take, the more things will develop.
I just need to clear my heat.
Okay.
You know, he's still in the same place. You can see his weapons are mostly trained up towards that drone, but you see like auto cooling stuff. Like there's like flame retardant foam and stuff coming out of like vents in the sides and down there, and there's like some vents opening up that are just like you can see like heat distortion as it's like venting and cooling.
Gotcha.
Shit. All right, I guess we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. And I'm just going to start like waving a hand at Bite. All right. All right. Just seems like their comms are temporarily knocked out. I got a response.
Okay. Good.
All right, let's
Um,
push.
Gotcha. Is the turret by me still up?
Yes,
like
they are both still active. The one nearest you is pointing directly at you. The one nearest Bite is pointing directly at Bite. Though, at least for now, they have not fired.
Okay. All right. So we had some conversation time, but I had time to stabilize it. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Dopesies.
Oh, does that mean that
Alright.
I get the chance to repair?
You could also stabilize, which you can consume a repair to fill up your,
okay,
your health
okay.
bar again. But this is not an actual rest, unless you would like to take a rest. But I would advise you not to set up camp right outside of the wall of this facility with the turret pointing at you.
No. How bad does it look? Does it look like if I invaded it again, it'll be done?
It's hard to tell exactly how much digital programming damage there is, but it certainly
Okay.
looks to be twitching and sparking quite a bit.
I'm gonna invade it for funsies.
Okay, so we are jumping straight back into initiative.
Yep.
All right.
I'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna make that tech attack. Oh, I didn't select a target.
Oh no.
I'm such a ding dong. It's a 3, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
Oh, that's a quick action though, so I'm gonna do it again, but this time I'm gonna target because I'm smart like that. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve, and I'm getting better. Roll. Hit, maybe?
Looks like that was a hit.
Yes.
That is a hit.
Amazing.
That's 2 more heat.
So it just takes the 2 heat.
All right.
And then I would like to scooch away. Please and thank you. I hate this.
With that, you do notice that the turret here spin back into what you imagine is its default position and then just shut down.
Nice. Okay. Ugh. Amazing. Okay.
All right. Well, basically,
guess-
this is a whole new initiative order. Bite just went, and that means it rolls back over to me. So let me actually move all of your tokens off of the overlay because we're not conversating anymore. We're blasting things. And I will zoom in
Hey.
on
And then we started blasting.
Desperado, who is going to bear the unfortunate brunt of this this new attempt to push.
Mm-hmm.
Need to pull you up. I need to target Desperado, and I need to actually same thing I did before. They're gonna cool it with the suppression, and they're just gonna try to ensure hits. So I'm gonna make a tech attack to try to lock on.
Just rude.
It is still impaired, so it misses. It is not going to try that
Hell yeah.
again. It's just gonna light up. Didn't need the lock on. Hits you for another 5 kinetic damage. That's another structure, right? Or no, you stabilized.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you just managed to complete whatever very quick auto repair processes that your mech has. We do see some quick hardening foam begin to spread across a lot of the damaged parts of your machine, and then a spray of bullets as even more sparks and chunks of metal and wire and ceramic get thrown off of the outer hull of Desperado's mech. Who's next?
I want this thing to die.
All right.
Kill it. You got this.
Find a way to make that happen.
Okay, now let's see. We can only hope. I can't, we're just gonna move forward. Because I'm not suppressed, right? Hell yeah. So,
I would say that has cleared since you spent time conversating and repairing.
Okay.
They dropped their suppression.
sweet. All right, cool. Then we're gonna barrage.
All right.
Okay. I
Give
have
me
accurate
just a
since
second,
it's my first.
because I got to make sure the
Yep.
impaired is properly taken off. There we go. All right, you're good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, hold on. Because I still had the other. Yep. Turret. We're trying to hit the turret, please. Select the turret, please. Oh. Okay, there we go. Goodness gracious. We're doing great, gang. It's fine. Come on.
All right, that's a hit for 3 damage.
Hell yeah. All right, and then the thermal.
All right.
Roll it. Hell yeah.
Very nice. Another 2 energy damage.
Okay.
Yeah, between the nano swarms tearing up the front of this and more of these bullets, I'm going to say you can actually, enough of the front armor material of this has been corroded and blasted away. You can just barely get a look inside. You could be wrong, you're not sure, you're at a weird angle, but there might not be anyone in there anymore.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, then I guess that's it for you.
All right. Let's see. Back over to initiative. I mean, well, so the question now is, yeah, for now, Let me check something. Let me check something real quick.
Okay.
How far away are you? Actually, that is quite a distance. That is quite a distance. So you probably wouldn't notice, at least not initially. Okay, who's next?
Solitaire, you want to finish that thing off?
Sure.
Oh. All right, still can't hear.
I'll move up there.
Again, solitaire but you don't have communications, but I think it makes sense that yes, you would continue attacking this lone target that you know is there.
I mean, it fired a Desperado,
Yeah.
so I'm. And it is outside weapon range, so we're gonna hack it, I guess.
All right.
We'll throw that in bait. Nope, missed on that one.
Actually, give me just a second. Okay, well, that one works anyway. I was going to tell you to roll an extra d6 for accuracy for reasons, but this second one worked anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, 2 more heat and impaired.
All right, it shuts down. It spins a little bit back and forth between Desperado and Solitaire, back and forth, and then just sort of swivels and shuts down.
Okay.
As far as you're concerned, you don't detect any active hostiles on your sensors at the moment, but I will remind you, you also don't have communication with half of your team. I ask you now, how would you like to proceed?
I'm going to look over to Bite and just kind of signal, like, towards my mech's head that, like, I can't hear. Just kind of, like, do this.
Can I fix this? Is this something like I could take time now that I know that it's a thing to fix?
Potentially. Yeah. Do you have Yeah. What sort of skill triggers might you have to help with that?
I do have hacker fix.
That'll work. Go ahead and roll that for me.
Perfect.
Do I want to play around with the difficulty there, since this is a complication from a risky roll? I am going to... I'm not going to be too terribly mean with this. I'm going to say you can roll, but you do have 1 difficulty, so you'll have a minus d6 on this as well.
Sounds good.
And then just as I've done that, I am going to start climbing over the wall, and I just want to get on the inside.
Okay.
An 11?
Okay. Even with the minus d6, you got an 11. All you needed was to beat the flat 10 because it was otherwise a normal roll. Your communications do come back on.
Woo!
Okay. I want to move up to Solitaire.
All right.
There we go. If it'll let me, goodness gracious. And just kind of wave on him, give him thumbs up. Like, what's up?
I'm going to try to use one of my pilot gear, my data plating, which is a personal communications thing, to see if I can't. Since my mech's communications is down, I want to see if I can't use that to communicate instead.
Yeah, I believe that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Some kind of backlash knocked out the comms unit in the machine here.
Okay, well, we should probably get in there.
Sounds good. What kind of gate is this?
Well, the wall itself is probably about 30 feet high or so, quite well reinforced. The door looks to be of relatively same design. It looks like it has been patched. Actually, it looks like one of the doors has been replaced and is of different construction. But it is a fortified wall door. And actually, that is a good point. Blade, how exactly are you getting over this wall?
I mean, I assume that I could probably just climb it, considering the other mechs that were able to do so as well.
They
and I
climbed
feel like
from the other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Let me go back to where I was then. Honestly, I'm just going to just kind of attempt to launch myself up, and then if I could, just start like kind of smashing fists into the wall and start climbing up that way.
All right.
Hulk style.
Yeah, doing non-combat stuff in a mech. What's the best way to do this?
I can use hull if you'd like.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, make me a hull check.
Okay, I'm going to assume I don't have any... Oh, wait, actually, I do have accuracy on this because my core power is still active.
Sweet.
16.
All right. Yeah, you are able to do so. Because this is a reinforced wall. It's designed to take hits. So how does this make sense?
Well, you said it was a little worn down in places, right?
It is a little worn down. Yeah.
Would it be possible for me to like maybe find handholds and
There you
everything like
go.
that in that case?
I like that. Yeah, you can look
And then
around
just-
this stretch of wall.
Yeah, I'm still like shoving my handling and just trying to like widen those as much as I can, just try to make it easier for everybody else. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna climb over. This guy's pissed me off.
All right. Yeah, you can search this length of wall and find some sections that actually have some plating that has been bolted on to reinforce it. And you can just peel that away and use it enough as a handhold to get up and roll yourself over. Upward movement is difficult with spaces being so wibbly-wobbly in Lancer.
I would be more than happy for that to be like difficult terrain, so that way it takes double movement to get over.
Yeah, I'm gonna call the wall 2 hexes, basically.
Okay. So I'll just get myself inside.
Okay. So let me pause there for a moment. Basically, you hop over the wall and you see almost right in front of you, it looks like a large like hangar bay door. You don't really have line of sight over onto any of the other sides, but it does look like there's a large hangar bay door over there.
All right.
But Q, you were about to say something.
Yeah. Would it be possible to use my EVA module to sort of act as a lift for me to jump over? Not flight, but just assist with leaping.
I mean, I'll call
Cool.
that. I'll make that an agility check, actually, with accuracy.
So seeing him start to like I imagine I see him like get ready to like hold on 1 second. Let's see if I might just be able to blow this gate.
Okay.
So what I'll do, you'll see Epithet moves right over to the gate there, and basically I'm going to open up the compartment.
Hmm.
And I picture it like being in the back of the thing, where it like kind of opens up in the back, and he kind of scooches out there, and I'm going to set a thermite charge on that gate, like at the opening, and then get back in and scoot the hell away from it before I detonate it.
All right.
At the least, it should be like maybe create a weak spot. But it automatically deals 10 energy damage to any object in a burst 1.
Okay. 10 energy damage. 10 energy damage. Let me take a look at this wall. And this is on the door, which does tend to be a weaker area of a wall because it has hinges and it's not as thick and needs to be movable. Okay. So. Okay. Interesting. So. Alright, so you can step back, press your charge. It does 10 energy damage. Alright, you fire it up. It sends out this shockwave, and you do see the door sort of crumple and buckle a bit, but it doesn't blow the door open.
Well, there's our weak spot, and start firing at it.
Yeah, I'd say
Assault
with that,
rifle.
concentrated fire between you and Desperado, and a good shoulder charge from you both, and you both burst in through this door.
Sure.
I will say though, I still just want to
Sure.
see like Desperado come flying in though.
It would have been okay. Could I just see the holes that Blacksmith has made in the wall and scurry up using the trail he's left behind?
I will give you an agility check for that.
Perfect. That was what I was angling for.
Any chance of an accuracy? Because, you know, I made some holes.
Sure.
Bargaining.
It's gonna bite me in the ass later. I know
just
it.
because I gotta
yeah,
get
for
you
sure.
in past these walls anyway. That's an 8.
Come on.
So I mean, we're gonna call this a success at failure. So you do manage to pull yourself up over the wall, though as you are doing so, the final foothold that you have, you're try to wedge your foot into this piece of scrap metal that has been torn off as a handhold, and it breaks out from underneath of you, causing you to tumble ass over tea kettle in this mech onto the other side of the wall, up over here actually, and you slam down hard onto the ground, creating a bit of an indent in the pavement here, and we'll call this 1d3 kinetic damage.
Incredible.
You take 2 kinetic damage as you
Oh,
land
no.
hard, and you can hear the crunching and squeaking and scraping of the servos of the arm you land on. Pull yourself up, and you do notice your mech is a little,
Janky on the side.
yeah, sort of hitches in places. Not enough that it's gonna, affect your accuracy or anything, but you have damaged your mech. I see you have a slither of red on your health bar.
Mhm.
All right, so basically the 2 on the west see there is this hangar bay door, and the 2 on the right don't really see much. This is pretty much a blank wall with the WAC logo.
All right, team, we've got a hangar on this side. I think that might be an easy way in.
You see coming out from the 2 sides that you don't have eyes on, a number of personnel in body armor with heavy weapons sort of take a few steps out, turn in both of your directions, turn and sort of aim at you, but don't immediately engage.
Is it possible for us to like broadcast like over like speakers or something like that, so we can address people like outside of our mechs?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just open a broadcast. Y'all really think this is a good idea? Look, here's the thing. Our beef right now is with your boss. You stand down, you live. It's that simple.
Do you have any skill triggers in anything resembling diplomacy?
Probably not.
You
Give me
want to
one
call
sec.
this diplomacy?
Let's see. I mean, it's me threatening the hell out of people, so what can I say?
Or intimidation?
Let's see. I've got. I would take control is probably. I take control and show off. Take someone out and get a hold of something. So, probably not.
How does take control read? Give me a reminder on that one.
Use force, violence, presence of will, or direct action to take control of something.
Force of will.
Huh. I will either they simply do not respond and they hold their ground, or I will let you roll a risky check with take control.
You know what? I gotta risk it for the biscuit, y'all.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Absolutely.
I'd say 21.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Biscuits 1.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna roll something for my own reasons. Stop that. Okay. You see some members of this squad up north. You don't have an exact count, but you see 4 of them take a few steps closer. And you see 4 of them take a few steps closer, and they hold up their hands, and they point to their helmet, and they just wave, almost like what you just did back with Bite. But you can see, I'll say, you can turn in their direction, maybe step forward a couple paces. And do you have any skill triggers for noticing your surroundings?
No.
I think I do.
Oh,
I do.
Oh man.
Actually, Bite, since you're right there, I'll let both of you roll. I'm not. This is a roll just to see if you notice something relatively important but relatively minor. I don't think there's going to be major consequences if you fail. So just a straight roll if you have a. Sweet. So even a 15, you just need to beat a 10, even if you don't have skill triggers.
Man, now I feel like I took all of Q's luck.
Oh,
A natural
no,
20.
didn't.
Okay. Let me actually ask this from Bite specifically. Do you have any skill triggers that would help you read people, like an insight check?
I have word on the street, which is kind of like gossip rumors.
Read that out for me.
Um,
Not sure it's gonna apply.
Understandable. Wait, one second. I closed the sheet again. Okay, so word on the street, get gossip news or hearsay from the streets from a particular social scene.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, that's what I got.
you have to like actually interact with people. It's not necessarily reading body language or whatnot. But you both can
I
see.
didn't make Shiv a people person.
Yeah.
So.
You both can see that one of them drops their rifle and sort of looks at it, looks back up to you, goes to pick it up, stops, turns, looks at some of the other ones. The other ones, you can see their hands are shaking. Some of them look back to you imagine more of this squad behind them, and kind of reach back to them as well, but you can see they're shaken.
Over personal comms. Do you think they're civilians?
These troops? You think they're civilians?
They look scared.
This
No.
motherfucker.
All right. Team, watch my back. I'm going to do something incredibly stupid. And
Can we try and come around?
yeah, I'll wait for the squad to be a little bit closer before I attempt this.
What are you trying to do?
Oh well, I didn't.
I
One,
want
I
to
did.
try and come around.
Okay, Desperado, you're approaching.
Yep. Just that way we're a little bit closer to each other. But what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to be flicking a couple of switches, and you see that the kind of chest of Blade 2 opens up, and I'm going to take just like a quick step up. I'm going to be close to where like I can get myself back in as needed. All right, my name's Blacksmith with the Lancer Auxiliary Corps. I understand that you might not be here of your own free will. We are here to end that. I don't know why it keeps rolling.
Because I'm rolling things.
Okay. Oh shit.
I don't know why that's coming up under Blacksmith. Oh, because I have a token
Lost.
selected.
You.
That's why it's working.
Oh, we just lost
You
you.
disappeared.
Oh no.
They died.
Hasn't messed cameras up
Keep
too much, so
going.
keep going. We'll get him back.
Okay.
We need to end soon anyway.
Look.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
finish this. Finish your
All right.
call.
All right. I understand that you might be scared. We are here for one man and one man only. Lay down your arms, and you will live through this. You have my word.
All right. Do you get any closer, or are you shouting from wibbly
You know what,
wobbly hundreds of feet away?
Yeah. I'll move a little bit closer.
Okay.
Well, I'm following.
Okay. You
Don't
move
be dumb.
forward, you get out and stand up on the back of your mech and send out this speech. And as you do, you hear the of your other two teammates approaching from the other side, who do get quite close. And you say this, and the sort of lead person of the four that came up and approached your side looks up at you, sort of puts his hands down, takes a deep breath, and you can see his eyes go wide. He turns around, and then his head just gets blasted off.
Shit.
And then gunfire opens up on, unfortunately, Q, who is not here to defend himself, but he moved first and closest. So this guy gets his head blown off.
Because
then-
Blacksmith's mech is currently open, can I hold something to scoot in front of him and then put up a projected shield?
Well, this is a narrative reaction to things that
Yep.
have happened at this point, and we're going
Yeah.
to end here, actually.
Okay.
So remember that for next time.
Will do.
Unfortunately, Q gets hit for another 5 damage,
God.
which, and he's not here. Oh, hello, Craig. Yeah, that. All right. Well, since cameras are fully messed up and Q's not here to defend himself or roll another structural damage check,
Oh god.
bad time for him to drop out of the call. But
Q's back.
is he? I'm not seeing him. Where you at, buddy?
Well, I
This
see
one's
in
camera.
the chat.
His camera's.
His camera's
Give
not
him a
up.
second.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
There we
Okay.
go.
All right, you're back. So to recap what
And
you
you
missed.
shot me again.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
shot me again.
Yep.
Cool.
So, Blacksmith made this speech, made this plea to these guys, and unfortunately, you moved up first and closest to them, and the ones on the other side of this squad here that did not seem as keen to surrender apparently have quite an itchy trigger finger and blasted the head off of the lead that was talking to Blacksmith and turned around and opened fire on you as you approached. You take 5 armor piercing damage, kinetic
Jesus.
damage. And that does unfortunately mean I need you to roll another structure check, which should pop up when you drop your
Well-
HP to 0.
Well, Desperado had repaired earlier.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
see on your sheet that you still. Oh no, I was looking at structure. Okay. No, you're good. You're good. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Looking at the wrong thing. So,
Say, I'm pissed now.
Yeah.
and
Oh.
that's where we're gonna end the show for you today. So to wrap this up more cinematically, because it kind of got disjointed there, and I will fix this for our edited down versions of this. We see Blacksmith deliver this not quite elegant, but forceful and commanding plea for this squad of heavily armed and armored soldiers to lay down their weapons, suspecting that they are civilians put out here to fight or die. And that seemed to be the case, as they were hesitant, quite shaken, and quite scared looking. It looked like at least the ones Blacksmith was talking to were about to comply before we see the lead's head just get pulped and sprayed across the pavement between him and Blacksmith. As the camera spins around from that, you can see the other half of this squad turn around, take aim, and open up on the frame of Desperado, who has apparently approached too close too quickly to this squad of, again, scared and perhaps trigger-happy potential civilians. Lit up with another big chunk of damage, we will pick up next week for the continuation of this assault on Drespel and this rescue and recovery operation that is theoretically what we are doing here. And we will see if we can finally end this siege and what that may mean for the greater things to come. Join us next week for another episode of the Starcrier Conflict. But with that, our camera will fade to black. We'll roll credits in a bit, but let's say goodbye to our fantastic crew once again. This was another episode of Entirely Combat. I will say, just as a teaser for the after show that I do hope we have time to do today, I was actually fully intending for this to be a narrative episode. Have a little bit of narrative break between the last two combat episodes and the actual assault. If not two episodes of potential narrative stuff, because actually there's a lot going on Drespel, but these guys wanted to push, and they're the stars of the show. I can only direct them so much. What they want to do is what happens, and I'm not saying they made the wrong choice. It has been interesting one way or another, and it has definitely changed how things are going to proceed here. How they are already proceeding right now, and I will have more things to ask them and more secrets to reveal and sneak peeks to deliver in our after shows. So if you do like what you see here and you would like to support the show, head over to Ko-Fi and give us a nice little subscription there, and you can get into my mind and their minds and get some nice behind the scenes content. Other than that, let me pass it over back to these guys. Sean, how you doing? Where can we find you?
Well, you can find me, as far as social media goes, you can find me on Blue Skies under Rise, R-I-Z-E. I don't post too much, but when I do, it's usually TTRPG related, and sometimes my photography stuff. Other than that, what do I got going on for the rest of this month? Let's see, on the 25th? Yes, 25th. Sorry, looking at the calendar here. 25th will be the opening episode of Season 2 of our Iron Sworn campaign over on Nerds with Dice, with my fantastic friend Synthetic 20. The first season was fantastic. It's a great story, great setting. The second season is going to be even more bonkers. There's dead people and the whole land of the dead and everything, and it's cool stuff. And I have a fantastic accent. Other than that, the 29th will be over on Singularity RPG with the next episode of Heart of Darkness. Is an alien RPG, so we're all going to die or go crazy or both. You never know. There's lots of exciting combinations that could come out there. That's what I've got going on this month. Next month, Cthulhu knows.
Love that. All right. Well, hey, howdy, bye. My name is Haley. You can find me at Haley Ann on just about everything. But most of the time, I am working with Another Bad Side Quest. That's another BS quest on Twitter. And we're looking at rolling out our second campaign. It has a fancy, fun title called A Song in Grey, and we're very excited about it. I'm hopefully going to be rolling out some character introductions on Twitter here very soon. So go ahead and keep an eye out for those.
Very nice.
Hi, I'm Q. You can find me pretty much anywhere and everywhere on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. I was here this episode doing things. If you want to see me play in games where my dice luck is a lot better, you can.
Since Lion
find
is not
me...
here, I'll do it for him.
Yeah. I was gonna say somebody gotta do the thing.
First of all, that is uncalled for. Well, we'll start with that. I am part of the production staff for Tales from the Table Studios, with our buddy Lion. Alternating Tuesdays, you can find me on Entropy Emporium for one, doing They Call Us Villains, which is a horror masks game. The other Tuesday is Nephilim Tenebris over on Live from the Apocalypse 2. Live from the Apocalypse Studio. I'm playing another space cowboy. They're different space cowboys. Both gay though, because that's
love
what
it.
it
Are
is.
they really? I know.
Oh,
They are.
a little gay.
They're very different. Anyway, Thursdays, Redacted, also on Live from the Apocalypse. Saturday, every other Saturday, I will be over again Live from the Apocalypse. I'm doing a lot. I will be doing Class Reunion, of which I am going to be a now permanent cast. So like, it's not just a guest star. I'm actually going to be in there for real. And of course here, did I miss anything? Coming up in like 2 weeks, I think. A Season of Secrets and Shadows, Regency era Monster Hearts game.
Nice.
It's very good. I stabbed God. It's fine.
That's with JD, right?
Was that all?
That's all.
That's with
Yeah.
JD, right?
Kelly.
JD's
Yeah.
on that? Yeah. Go check that out.
Mhm.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it's very good. Oh yeah, okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
We,
My
we
outro
tease
comes
you
so
for
short in comparison.
we tease
Which
you
is
for being
good.
way more productive than the rest of us.
Seriously.
Okay,
No,
well,
no,
I
more tired.
okay, well, I guess I will round us out this evening. Hi, I'm Andrew. I've been Athanmetian, your kind of trigger-happy pilot with an awesome mech that's not getting destroyed or anything. I'm That Gamer Ajax on all the socials. I'm primarily focused on Threads right now. Just I've been having a good time over there. I also run a YouTube channel of the same name where I try to teach people about games. I had a little bit of a dry spell for getting content out, all kinds of things. We're not going to talk about that. But if you want to learn how to play games like Lancer, I do actually have a couple of brief tutorials regarding that. Also, I like highlighting smaller systems. I don't do as much D&D these days, but there's a lot of different games out there. There's Veiled Void, Cyberpunk, a little bit of Alien. I also like just sharing overall impressions on games that I read over, because there are a lot of great ones out there, and I have a list of 22 games long right now that I'm trying to play this year. Wish me luck.
That's 2 a month.
Yeah,
I'm not getting it. It's all right.
we'll see. All right, excellent. Lots of great stuff to go check out. I will throw some more at you. As usual, another shout out to Zach Walsh, who was very kind in creating the intro music and voiceover for our opening cinematic and our closing credits. Excellent stuff there. Go check them out if you if you're interested in commissioning some music, or if you're looking for a voice actor. And he also does indie TTRPG and actually general creatives, musicians mostly, other than TTRPG, I believe, over on his own interview podcast schedule for launch. So go check that out. I thought I fixed the link, but you know how links work. Other than that, another shout out to our one of our sponsors here for the Starcrier Conflict. Let me try to get this right. There we are. And I still didn't get it right. There you go. Yes, the Starcrier Conflict is brought to you in part by Veil of the Void Reforged. Veil of the Void Reforged is a science fantasy indie TTRPG featuring robust character creation, cinematic gameplay, and a multitude of GM storytelling tools, made even more multitudinous with the newest Prophecy and Yggdrasil expansions. Prophecy you can get for free, which is great because it's awesome and has way too much stuff to be free. So go check that out. Learn more and pick up your own copy of Veil of the Void Reforged today at sdgcreatives.com, and you can use our special sponsorship code RPG for 10% off whatever you want to pick up over there, including the free stuff. I don't know why you would. But go check that out. Beautiful book. It's available in hardcover and can ship anywhere in the world, so it's great stuff. Very reasonable pricing for direct printing and shipping, and it's a beautiful book with beautiful artwork, great rules, and the softest paper you will ever rub against your face. So go check that out. And I will stress once again, I have been shilling these people for free because they're friends of the channel. They've been on this channel a number of times before. I stand behind the game, and I'm very happy that they are sponsoring us because really I love to talk about them anyway. So go check that out. Oh, hello, live from the apocalypse and Raiders. Unfortunately, you're catching us right as we are about to end. I'm sorry. It was an interesting episode today. Hello. Yeah, do go and check out the VOD, which will be immediately available. And actually, I'll be getting this up to YouTube as well, because apparently YouTube didn't want to stream this episode for us. I'll be getting it up on YouTube. All the previous episodes are up on YouTube, so you can catch up on episodes 1, 2, and 3, and now 4. And I am working on the edited versions and the podcast of it, of which the first one will come out this coming Wednesday. So if you would rather listen to this, in your car, at work, whatever it may be, I will be releasing regular podcasts every Wednesday, or at least that is the plan. Though they will be broken down into parts 1 and 2. So they're easier for me to get out and more digestible for you guys, because not many people want to listen to a 3.5-hour podcast. Instead, I'm gonna break it down and give them to you in 1-hour chunks. And the first one, I think, turned out really good with the character introduction vignettes. Great stuff from this wonderful cast. And I'm excited for part 2 of that, which really shows off a lot of their chemistry and initial team building. So go check out. I'm gonna try to make sure this will be my first podcast. So I'm gonna try to make sure that is all pushed out to all the different podcasts this Wednesday. I don't think I have anything else going on. So, yeah, if you would like to support the show, I kind of already said this, but go check out Ko-Fi. We're gonna have more stuff up on there. I'm gonna wrap this up and stop prattling on because I really want to do an after show with these folks and get in their heads. So we're gonna go do that. Thank you for watching. As always, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, keep having fun, and keep checking back here for more Lancer combat. Apparently,
Hell yeah.
always Lancer combat.
We're
Going and
blowing things
blasting.
up.
Yep. All right. We'll see you next week, folks. Good night and happy time zone.
Bye.